People deluded, I'm back again. Good evening, and I hope you're all doing well and safe. As usual, I say good evening to those of you in the UK. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, depending on who you are, wherever you are. And welcome to, my Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid Champions League live watch along. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I see we had 20 odd likes before we even kicked off. So I appreciate everybody who's done that. I appreciate everybody who's locked in. Please make sure early doors we're hitting that like button, people. It's content galore. Tomorrow we deal with the Europa League. Make sure you're following me on Spotify and them things, because as you know, Friday we're getting closer to what is my best bit of content, I believe, is the Deluded podcast. That's the bit I enjoy the most. But yeah, like I said, good evening to my ones over here in the UK and appropriate greetings elsewhere. It's the second leg of the Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid tie. Now, we all watched it last time out. You were all here as well, or some of you were at least. We saw what a tie it was, I think it was a good encounter. Elements of tactically outdoing each other, sort of cancelling each other out. Weren't too many chances, but we all know Giroud, obviously scored that goal and that vital away goal. Now, it's still only 1-0. I want to see some drama. I didn't really see drama with Real Madrid Atalanta. I ain't really seen drama. I want to see some drama from a neutral point of view, man. Obviously, I would love Chelsea to lose. For what it's worth, I think Chelsea are going through. I think Chelsea are going to win about 2-0 here. I don't know why. I just feel something's in the air for Chelsea. That being said, I hope Simeone's men come firing out the blocks, because I don't think they really offered anything to Chelsea in an attacking sense. They almost, if we remember the last time, I'm speaking for myself, but, I think outsiders looking in, not that, Atletico aren't playing good this season. I think they're top of the table. They're definitely second, but I personally feel I overhyped them and I overbuilt them, and they kind of didn't deliver what I expected to see. They didn't really offer much, really and truly. I think they've got to strike and try to score. You got Suarez there, you got Yao Felix. You score a goal, you flip this on its head. I know Chelsea have been playing good under Thomas Tuchel so far this season, and specifically defending. Even though they dropped points against Leeds, that's another clean sheet. In the first leg of this game, it was a clean sheet. All of that is all that improvement defensively and stuff, they're going to need it today, because again, they've got an away goal. Things get complicated out here if they also let one in. So there's all to play for. I'm keen to see the system. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel's worth his weight in gold, as is Diego Simeone. Obviously, I want Chelsea to lose for obvious reasons, people. And our man Lucas Torreira technically still plays on loan for Atletico Madrid. I know, I forgot he was on loan there too, people. I hope you're all doing well and safe, man. I hope you're all locked in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Where's my manners? What are you guys saying? Big up the members then. Big up River Wild. You love a good drink in it. And happy St. Patrick's Day to those of you over there in Ireland. And you have said Irish whiskey tonight for Paddy's Day. Come on, Atleti. Tino has said that you finally seen Kevin De Bruyne's goal. Bro, I don't know what to say about the goal, Kevin De Bruyne has got that in his locker, in it. Man City did a madness for me last night, and it is what it is. It must be amazing having those players and having depth, really and truly. It's all exciting being City. You type in Manchester City on Google, my guy, and what do you see? Quadruple talk and the rest of it, people. So we'll have to see what happens in that regards, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button once again. Make sure you're doing that. You don't want to not do that. But yeah, like I said, I must admit, I'm enjoying these neutral sort of live streams more than Arsenal, because there's a lot of emotion for one, but I'd also say more than I expected. It's exciting to just be here talking about football, and like I said, if anything mad happens, it's of no relevance to Arsenal per se. So we're all right in that regards, people. So I'm happy to see that. I'm keen to see what happens today. I think it's going to be an important clash. I think Chelsea are going to do something today. Personally, I think Chelsea are going to win by 2-0. Hopefully that's not the case, people. Like I said, I hope you're doing well and safe. What are you lot saying? Just before this game, people, I was actually watching Everton versus Wigan under 18. You know me, I love youth football. It's being streamed live on Everton's channel. After this Champions League game, I will be going to watch that, because you know me, I like youth talent, and they've got Tyler there, Reece Welsh of Everton there. What's the other lad I want to specifically watch as well? Wiggins, Cancelo, couple players there I want to watch in it. But right now it's Champions League business. There's 26 of you locked in. Please make sure you're all hitting the like button. What are you saying, my guy? Let's go, DG. Come on, you look, that's me. You look, make me feel like I'm Anthony Joshua or something. I'm coming out to the ring and that. Like, I just need some ring music or something. Tino said, good evening, as Emre would say. Emre's in action tomorrow, funny enough. And hopefully he loses. You know what? I want Villarreal to go out purely because I don't care who we get in the latter stages, but I don't like, you know, football is a funny way of things happening in it, and I can see a future where we get Emre's side, and you know, Emre would like nothing better than to knock Arsenal out, in my opinion, or I would if I was him. H, I hope you're having a great day, Greg. Lovely that you're tuned in, man. You know, big up yourself, Em, as well. Diehard Gooner from Manchester. Big up yourself. You know, them. Normally it's the other way around. You got Man United fans that live in London, so you're seeing that one a bit different. No disrespect, man. Hamza has said, yo, DG, will you be supporting Atletico or will you be a neutral? I'm a neutral because in the grand scheme of things, I don't really care. Like, it's got nothing to do with Arsenal. I enjoy watching football, and it's nice to just sit here and react and talk about the game with you lot, with it having no relevance. So I wouldn't say I'm supporting. I'm a neutral, really and truly. But if I had to pick a side, you know, I'm not with all of this. I'm obviously a fan in England and all of these sort of things. I want the English teams to do well. I'm not young anymore. Well, I am, I'm 25, but I'm not naive. If it's not Arsenal, which it isn't, you know, I don't really want anyone to succeed. I'm grumpy like that. Arsenal haven't had much success, so I don't really want no one to have success. So if I have to pick a side, of course it's Atletico. We'll get into the lineup shortly, but what have you said? There's no Mount today. That's unfortunate for Chelsea. Spanner in the works, but as much as I rate Mount, and I think right now it's cool to rate Mount, but he got a bad rap, especially when Lampard was there. You'd imagine, despite that, though, they have enough. And I'm not being funny, but you've got Havertz, Kovacic, Jorginho, bare household names in this football thing. You should be able to do it without Mount, with all due respect. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, people. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. What has Mr. Analytical said? Big up yourself. Big up all the moderators as well. I'm sure you're still a moderator. What have you said? Hope everyone's having a great day. Everyone think today will be a high-scoring game. Well, football's funny, you know. Defensively, Tuchel's been good. You know, notoriously, you have Atletico down as a defensive side. Funny, football might humble us, and that might be the most high-scoring game of the week, but I wouldn't bet on it. You know, we just about saw one go in the first leg. Obviously, it's a bit different. Atletico know they're going out if it stays like this. They obviously know they get a goal, it's all flipped on its head. And for Chelsea, as much as I'm focusing on Atletico, it's a big day to see game management because, like I said, you can see the goal. It's a bit long, sort of thing. Chelsea have gone free at the back. Spoiler alert, I do see Rudiger, I do see Zuma. So that tells me, obviously, you know, first and foremost, they want to defend, but they want to show something. And for Zuma and Rudiger, whatever you say about them, they're decent on the ball. And as you lot know, they're going to need to show something in that regard. Yasin has said something, though, which I can't confirm at this moment in time, but he says Chelsea have no centre-halves on the bench. That's alarming, and there must be, bro. There must be a centre-half on the bench. If you're lying, you're frying. Tino has said, who's your favourites to win the Champions League? I don't really like to do the favourites thing because I'm always wrong. But if I was a betting man, you know, you can't really look past Bayern Munich. But something's telling me it's going to be a bit like a Chelsea 2012, whoever wins this. It's not going to be the favourites per se or the best team with the depth and whatnot. You know, maybe, again, I think Man City have overcomplicated things to progress to the latter stages of the Champions League, but you can't rule out City, the form they're in. But if I had to put money on the table, I'd say Bayern Munich. But, you know, how many teams have we seen retain the Champions League? It's difficult to win it, let alone retain it. I know we've seen Real Madrid do it in previous years. Exactly, not really too many. So we'll have to see. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. There's 30 odd of you locked in. Please make sure we continue in that. 31 of you, 39 likes. We're off to a good start, people. We're off to a good start. We're doing something correct so far. Ain't worried about nothing. It's saying great minds think alike, broski. Smash the like for DG, guys. I appreciate that. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, people. It doesn't cost a thing. Like an idiot, I actually haven't got everything fixed up, have I? Yes, I have. I thought I typed something wrong in. But we go, people. We move. Bro, to be fair with you, listen, we're going to save that for tomorrow. But again, for me, Martinelli, in short, I see no reason why you can't be a striker or be a winger that's able to play there. You know, all the best players can affect the game in a couple of positions. You know, obviously, I want him to be a left winger and then able to play up front, or a striker and then able to do something. But when I don't think Martinelli is one of these players I want to hear stuff about, oh, he can't play off the right and things. But we're going to speak about that more in depth tomorrow. Make sure you're all at that live stream, 11:30 a.m. before, obviously, you know, I believe I'll be going after that. I'm going on Rance's channel, and then obviously it's Europa League and it's 5:55 kickoff UK time. So probably be live from 4ish and them things there, whatever I've pulled it as on StreamYard. I'll make sure I actually am aware of that. Make sure you've hit the like button on this video as much as that one as well, even if you're not going to be there. Should we look at the lineups quickly, people? Because I want to see it in depth as well. Let's quickly grab onto the lineups. We're into this live stream for 10 minutes so far, 20 minutes odd before kickoff. Let's get into it. Score predictions, like I said, I've gone with 2-0 Chelsea. What are you guys saying, people? I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on such. If we start with the Chelsea lineup for you guys, here we go, swapping screens and that. They've gone with Mendy in goal, as expected. Dave Azpilicueta gets a nod, as does Zuma, Rudiger. Reece James gets the nod in at right back. Obviously, Marcus Alonso is at left back. You've got Kovacic and Kante in the midfield. You know, Ziyech has found a way. And, you know, big vote of confidence for Timo Werner and Havertz, really, because, you know, as an outsider looking in at Chelsea, I wouldn't say they've been ruled out, and Werner's definitely got minutes. But in relation to Havertz, I know he's looked good in the false nine on occasion, but under Tuchel, it seems like you lot have had to wait for your chances. I don't know if there's any other injuries and whatnot, but I will say good. I'm happy to see Billy Gilmore and Tino Adjerin on the bench for Chelsea. Callum Hudson-Odoi obviously has to sit on the bench. I don't think against Leeds, Pulisic took his opportunity to shine. And this tells me it's going to be a bit of a different game because he hasn't gone with Giroud. This tells me not that they don't need a goal, because again, Havertz he obviously can score goals historically and he's got strengths, but this tells me maybe you're trying to flood the midfield, you're trying to play a tight game. You want Havertz dropping deep in that false nine role, and you know, if you can hit them on the break, you can hit them and things like that. So for the two German internationals, big vote of confidence, and they're gonna have to show something. I also feel Ziyech as well, because I rate Ziyech highly. You know, we all wanted him at Arsenal when Overmars was saying, you know, take him Arsenal and that. For a variety of reasons, obviously, of injuries and all the other typical stuff, I don't think he's hit the heights. Now, the last couple of games I've seen from Ziyech, it's like he's a bit unsure specifically. This is just my opinion of what he's needing to do on the football field. So again, big vote of confidence. I mean, people, this is why you can't write too many conclusions about football, because people swore Kante's not going to be used. He gets a nod. You know, obviously Mount's injured. Mount undoubtedly would have had a nod, and I think he played very well in the first leg. So it is what it is. You know, big day today for Zuma, Rudiger and Azpilicueta. And like somebody said, there's no centre half on the bench. So if a madness happens, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to bring Emerson on, and, you know, something's going to happen. Someone's just probably Alonso will move into that back three and Emerson will pull over to left back, assuming nothing happens to Alonso, which obviously we hope there is no injuries and things. But, you know, I guess they could do something. You never know. Chilwell, Emerson, they're just going to have to do a job there. Bit strange though, because again, like somebody said, if we don't overcomplicate things and we look at it like that, it's a bit weird, really. You know, you got two goalkeepers on the bench, you've got no centre half. You know, isn't there? I don't know, is Christensen fit? You know, is there no young centre half in the academy? You know, if only you didn't sell a centre half or loan out a centre half to a certain Italian club who are playing Man United tomorrow. Who knows, people? So hopefully that's not a thing to talk about if you're a Chelsea man. Now, once again, Mendy, Azpilicueta, Zuma, Rudiger, Reece James, Alonso, Kovacic, Kante, Ziyech, Werner, Havertz all make the starting 11. Fantastic lungs by me. I'm a madness boy. Anyways, the bench: Kepa, Caballero, Emerson, Chilwell, Billy Gilmore, Adjerin, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, Giroud. You know, very keen. You know, 3 Cobham lads on the bench. You know, one is obviously starting and things like that. Good for the academy that people are progressing. Now, looking at who Chelsea will be facing, Atletico Madrid, people. Before we get into that, I'll let you lot digest it. In fact, you know what, AK, I have to just roll this up. You caught my attention, my guy. Tomori is a serious baller too. Big up yourself, Jay. Jordan, I hope you're doing well. Marks has an interesting comment. What have you said, my dude? You said Havertz, Ziyech, Werner will be interesting to see. Havertz's favourite position is a false 9. Ziyech creates an inverted right winger, and Werner loves a target man next to him. Why not Giroud, I ask? Good comments, my guy. You know, Mark, I need to get you on this show. I just assume that whatever Thomas Tuchel is doing, which we'll see later, I just think he's Giroud isn't for the game plan tonight, sort of thing. But it is true though. I personally see it as, you know, short spaces. You know, Atletico are going to be very narrow. I think Chelsea want to do that as well. You know, tight spaces with the ballers and the technical footballers, and they've got problems out wide. You know, Reece James can get forward. You know, Alonso's strengths are probably going forward more than defending. So again, I don't know what he's going with until I see it, but it is decent, and we're gonna have to see. And it's interesting, like you said, man. You know, Werner's gonna run his legs into the ground. It's keen to see. I'm keen to see from both teams what happens if it goes wrong. Like if Chelsea score a second, what do Atletico do? If Atletico immediately score, what happens there? I'm keen to see what happens. But as you can see from Atletico Madrid, you've got Oblak in goal, one of the best keepers around. You know, I don't really like goalies wearing my favorite number, but he puts respect on the number 13. Born Friday. I'm born on April the 13th, people, for those of you that want to get presents, and that we've got just under a month, April the 13th, like I said. Anyways, people, Oblak in goal, Savic and Jimenez are the centre half partners. You know, Trippier is playing a rival, and I'm sure Spurs fans are hoping Atletico could do a madness. You probably say North London will be supporting Atletico because you got Armand Torreira on the bench, but let's retake that. You've got Oblak, Savic, Jimenez, Trippier, and Lodi making up the back five unit, including the goalkeeper. Spanish midfield duo Koke captains the team, and he's partnered by Saul. You know, Llorente is going to be in that inverted right row. Obviously, he's probably going to be narrow. Him and Koke will probably swap. Now, Llorente again, I'm not watching Atletico week in, week out, but when I watch them, Llorente seems to be one of their players in form, and he might have something to say. And if you lot remember, I swear when Liverpool played Atletico in the Champions League, what was it, last year or whenever it was, he had something to say in the tie. So he's very much the man for the occasions. You've got Carrasco, who's found time to play for Atletico, go to China and get the cha-ching and come back. He's a very good technical footballer, and Reece James is going to have to be at it. You know, Luis Suarez, I'm sure him and Rudiger are going to continue their battle. Suarez lost out. João Felix did a couple decent tricks, and that in the first leg really did nothing. So we're going to have to see. On paper, they've definitely got players good enough to do something. You know, the fullbacks can get forward. Suarez needs no introduction. Carrasco's a decent player. The midfielder technically sound. You know, it's a decent sort of thing. Looking at the bench, you know, you've got our man Lucas Torreira, you got Thomas Lemar, you got Herrera, you got Vitolo, Correa, Dembele, who was at Lyon, Kondogbia. I can't say my man's name, but the fullback, you know, they've got Hamaso, who was linked with us. They've got Felipe. They've got, which I don't know who he is, but Sam Roman, and they've got a keeper on the bench in Kubic. Again, forgive me for mispronunciation, but in theory, if we take it for what it's worth, it's a 3-4-3 or whatever from Chelsea meets a 4-4-2. Now, I do think we're going to see variation. I can quickly see that midfield from Atletico becoming a 5 as my man becomes kind of narrow and my man drops in. And obviously that sort of thing there for Chelsea. I'm keen to see what they go about, because I look at that back three. The way I see it from Thomas Tuchel, in fact, in general, if you're playing a back three, your centre halves have to be sound on the ball. They have to want the ball. They have to want to make something happen and things like that. And I think Rudiger against Leeds, he tried to do that off the left. I think Zuma's also tried to do that. Azpilicueta, you're going to need him to roll back the ages. And I'd say more than anything, you know, football's a mental game, and Azpilicueta is going to be needed today. I love Reece James as much as I can say, and that's the biggest praise I can give him as a Chelsea lad. But I don't really feel he's been grabbing his chances to show Thomas Tuchel, yo, I'm here. Because if he was, then maybe Callum Hudson-Odoi, take nothing away from him, wouldn't be playing. But I really rate Reece James. I think, you know, he's one of the best fullbacks in the Prem, and he can be, you know, he can make that claim more solid if he puts in performances. And I think he's got an opportunity today. Alonso, new lease of life. Again, you know, when you're looking at Alonso, you know, these sort of players, when you're Spanish and you're playing a Spanish opposition, you know the media chat, you know you've got family ties. There's a bit of spiciness around it. So is it going to be an interesting setup, especially? I'm keen to see the midfield. Obviously, they've gone with Kante and not Jorginho. Again, Jorginho must be injured. So I'm keen to see what happens in that dynamic. Obviously, Kante is there to primarily win the ball back, put a foot in, and all the rest of those things, people. So I'm really keen to see from a tactical point of view what is going to happen. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. We are 11 minutes before kickoff, people. We're 11 minutes before kickoff. So make of that what you will. I'll bring up the team. I'll bring up the teams once again in a second, people. But yeah, man, that's what we've got for now, innit? that's what we've got for now. Please make sure you're hitting those like buttons and all of those sort of things there. You know what? Here it is. So yeah, if we just, because I'm none the wiser, I thought it'd be nice to look at some team news or something to clue up some people as a neutral. From a Chelsea perspective, courtesy of Sky Sports, as you can see, Chelsea are without Thiago Silva, they're without Tammy Abraham. Jorginho plays no part due to suspension, as does Mason Mount. I completely forgot about their yellow cards. Thiago Silva's been nursing his way back to fitness and he hasn't quite got over his problems, as neither has Tammy Abraham. If you're an Atletico Madrid fan, then you're laughing because it says here they have no fresh injury concerns ahead of the trip. And obviously, Kieran Trippier is fresh home from his 10-week suspension for gambling breaches. Free him up, man. He just tried to make his man then make $1, man. You know how many guys from the ends become footballers and they don't even send WhatsApps and those sort of things saying, I'm moving to such and such team. Everyone put a little £100 on it, So shout out to him. He tried to make everybody eat. Respect things like that, man. Anyways, people, away from all of that, though, as you lot can see, Diego Simeone welcomes back Carrasco and Jimenez back into the fold. You've obviously seen the rest of the lineup, people. So, yeah, if you're an Atletico Madrid fan, you've got everybody fit. Chelsea's job is made 10 times harder by the fact that there's no centre half on the bench, by the fact that, Jorginho and Mount, two players who actually two of the most standout players, I would say, from a Chelsea perspective in the first leg, are not involved, people. So make of that what you will. So we see what Opta is saying. Scrolling down. Chelsea have never been eliminated from a two-legged European tie, having won the first leg away from home. They've actually progressed from 13 such ties. So again, for the players, don't be the first team to kind of go against that grain for Chelsea. Go and confirm that once again, people. Let's keep scrolling, see if we see some more statistics. Shout out to Manchester City. And you know what? Opta seems to have spoiled the party, people, because that is it, really and truly. Should we refresh this page? Shout out to Haaland and all of them things there. Shout out to Frank Kirby, but we're focusing on the Chelsea men's side today. Chelsea's women actually won a cup at the weekend. They did their thing. Timo Werner in his last 3 starts for Chelsea has had 2 shots in his last 3 games, people, and it's a bit sad, really and truly. Today could be laying down a marker. You score today, it's a new beginning of sorts. So again, Timo Werner, Havertz, it's unfair to say those players because it's not them in isolation alone. It's not them in isolation alone, people, but they're gonna have to make a difference, people. Right, shout out to football. They're plugging Football Manager content now. I'll get back to the lineup again. Clearly, there seems to be no statistics of note, people. So yeah, I'm just going to leave. If I scroll down one more time and I don't see it, then we're going to forget about that and just go straight back into the lineup, people. So yeah, once again, that's the Chelsea lineup. Once again, you look do your thing. Yeah, I spoke about it on my Spotify podcast and my Apple podcast and the rest of it. I did see that, and congratulations to Sunderland for winning such. Mr. Analytical says, does Torreira ever play for Atletico? Well, clearly not, my dude. He seems to be struggling greatly to get first team football. And to be fair with you, it's almost a disadvantage for Arsenal because he's found a way to decrease his value, arguably even more than Arsenal. And it seemed that in his last year, definitely his stock fell to an all-time low during his Arsenal tenure. And we all thought Atletico was a match made in heaven. The way he plays, the similarities between not only how Simeone tries to manage his team and the skill set of Torreira, but also, there's similarities in them two as people, the system. For whatever reason, it hasn't happened. Now, Torreira could be doing nothing wrong and he's just not a tactical fit. Boy, I have to say that there's no smoke without fire, really. There's got to be a reason. You've had 2 managers now. None of them have really played you like that. Like, Arteta used you for a second and he rubbed you out. Emery was just moving a bit mad. He tried to make him a 10, so I discount that. But 3 different men, and you ain't really doing nothing in their side. So I have to ask what's going wrong from your perspective, And even if we look at Atletico Madrid, Saul, throughout the course of the season, Saul's had moments of real purple patches. Koke as well, Llorente now. I don't know what's happened, but do you not remember a couple of weeks ago? Well, months ago, I'm exaggerating a bit, Man was screaming, Kondogbia is having a great season and he's doing this at Atletico and he's that. My point is not to debate that, but that's about 4 other men playing well. I haven't said Torreira. So he must be doing something wrong, man. You know, RJ, I hope we do see a repeat of the Anfield performance. And like I said, I'm betting on this, man. You know, Thomas Partey, I hope you've briefed them on what to expect from Chelsea. Hopefully they do a thing, man. He was one of, bro, you lot are subscribed to me. I was Torreira's biggest fanboy. I was wanted him before he came to Arsenal. You know, I had the fortune of actually talking so much nonsense on YouTube that we actually went for a player I was actually watching. And I felt Torreira was a player we missed. I still think from a technical point of view, I see no reason why he can't play with Partey being used instead of Partey. If that's what we're going to do, just be used in the squad. So it's quite upsetting that what's going on with Torreira, but it is in that regards. We're 5 minutes from kickoff, people. That is the Atletico lineup. Once again, Oblak, Londy at left back, right back Trippier, Jimenez and Savic partner each other at centre half. You've got Saul, Koke, Lorente, and Carrasco as a midfield four. And the two up front, João Felix and the experienced marksman, which is Luis Suarez, people. This makes up Atletico Madrid. If we go to Chelsea right now, as you lot can see here, people, Mendy, Aspilicueta, Kurt Zuma, Rudiger, Reece James, Kante, Kovacic, Alonso, Ziyech, Werner, and Kai Havertz make up the starting 11. Now, when I look at it, people, it has to go right for Chelsea from the start because I don't really see what they can do off the bench. I just feel I look at if this game goes against them, what could happen. And you know, yeah, you can bring on Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi. Giroud's obviously good for a goal. You can do a thing with Chilwell and Emerson if it gets to that, but clearly they have less weapons than Atletico at their disposal right now. Obviously, Tammy Abraham, Thiago, Tammy, Jorginho amount for a variety of reasons are not involved. So Chelsea have been dealt a short hand. And I would say the one thing that is of concern, it might not even be of relevance. It might not be a thing. But there's no centre half on the bench. And then when I look at Atletico, they've got nothing to lose. Again, like I said with Chelsea, I'm keen to see how both teams approach this game because Chelsea are going to have to manage the game. They've been improving defensively. They're keeping clean sheets. They're going to have to show all of that today, really, And Atletico, you huffed and puffed. You didn't do nothing against Chelsea, in my opinion, really and truly. You didn't offer nothing. You have to offer something today. And again, at what point do Atletico maybe change up their system, go a bit forward? At what point did Chelsea say, let's hang back? You say, there's still a lot to play for, people. There's still a lot to play for. There's 215 of you. Please make sure you hit the like button. Bro, I happened to be lucky enough to speak about Guendouzi and Torreira before they signed. We actually went for them. Maybe that's why we shouldn't sign players I talk about, because look how it ended, people. But yeah, man, if you talk about enough players, you're bound to actually buy one. I don't mind Spurs fans being locked in. Nonetheless, big up yourself. Ain't worried about nothing. It said just stuck a tenner on Bayern and Atletico both to win. I'll get 44 back. Come on, Atletico. You never know, man. I like that. The boys are about to line up, people. That's the Atletico lineup. Before we kick off, I'm just going to keep going back and forth. You can read the Chelsea one for yourselves. D is saying Atletico are vexed over how we scumbagged Partey. That's why they're doing Torreira dirty. It's probably. Yeah, I hear that, my dude. But same way, if Simeone rated Torreira, you get it. Like, he's not gonna do that. Like, it's not Messi, but if it was Messi, he ain't gonna sit there and say I ain't gonna play him because Arsenal are doing this and that. I just think Torreira's not showing levels. And for me, again, Torreira has no excuses because, like I said, the system, the manager, the way of playing, even off the field, he's gone to. We heard that he weren't comfortable in England. The climate is better and definitely more tailored towards Italy/South America than North London and Islington or wherever he was staying. He has Spanish colleagues, South American colleagues, Uruguayan colleagues, Spanish-speaking country. Everything was set up for Lucas Torreira to really increase his reputation in football, and we'll be looking at why is he there and things. We haven't said a word about him. We've spoken about Guendouzi more at Hertha Berlin. We've spoken more about Daniel Ballard at Blackpool, Matt Smith at Swindon. We're not talking about Torreira. The most we've spoken about Torreira is talking about cancelling his deal. It is what it is, and he has he started twice in a week for Atletico? I'll be surprised if that has happened. Like I said, I'm not watching them consistently, people. Well, half an hour, 29 minutes, people, into this live stream. Please make sure the 200 odd of you are hitting the like button. We're 1 minute from kickoff. Both sets of teams, both sets of lads are lining up. Theme tunes are banging. People got their tracksuits on. It's showtime very soon at Stamford Bridge. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Big up the opinionated Guna. Llorente will be the danger man along with Suarez. I want to see a clinic from Suarez. I want to see scumbaggery from him. Pardon me. Nah, in the sense of being a six, we know Torreira hasn't got the ball playing ability and isn't that progressive, but we need someone that can play with him. You see how he went to Old Trafford with El Nene and Partey, something like that. Yeah, they're not the same, but if Partey, like you've seen this season, is injured, you need someone else who can be there. You know, it doesn't have to be Torreira. Find me another number 6. I don't feel we have enough options across the whole team. Arsenal need to focus on having a competent 11, but depth is a point. Once again, people, we'll go over the lineup. Mendy, Aspilicueta, Zuma, Rudiger, Reece James, Kante, Kovacic, Alonso, Hakim Ziyech, Werner, and Havertz make up the starting 11 for Chelsea. The rivals, or their rivals, Atletico Madrid, All Black in goal, Lodi and Trippier either side at right and left back respectively. Centre halves Jimenez and Savic. Carrasco, Saul, Koke, Llorente make up the 4 in midfield. You've got Luis Suarez and João Felix, it appears, up front, people. So it's quite the interesting game. For some reason, I think 2-0 Chelsea. I do hope that is wrong. I do hope there is a sort of encountering game. I don't want it to be a game where they're cancelling each other out and it's just boring for us because I have to sit here and speak about it, people. Please make sure you're hitting those like buttons. Torreira's holding the bench, broski. We've got 2-1. We've got 2-1 Atleti. I'm going to look closely on Felix today. Big up everybody locked in, man. Ben Cottrell's a very good footballer. You know, right now he's nursing his surgery after having he got a career, season-ending injury. The focus for him is rehabilitation, and he's a good player. Once he gets fit, we can talk again, but the talent is there. And I think it's sad because he's someone I thought should have been going out on loan next season and looking to test himself. Well, it is what it is in that regards. You know, the first focus is recovery. 237 of you locked in. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, people. You know, there's only 67 likes. Come on, people. We're doing something wrong. The target is 200. We're so close, yet so far from such. Atletico will kick off, people. Omar's watching this from bed. Chelsea win. Carrasco's dope. 2-0 Atleti. Now, I'd probably pass on Carrasco, but he's a baller. Big up everyone. But now we've kicked off, people. We're 10 seconds literally into the game. Chelsea 0, Atletico Madrid 0. Chelsea, however, are still winning 1-0 on aggregate due to winning the away leg for them, first leg in general. Marcus Alonso will take this throw in and he tries to find his man. Ultimately, it's with Atletico. And it's going to be an interesting game, people. Like I said, there's a lot to play for. Chelsea are breaking. Probably the wrong pass from Hakim Ziyech there, but Reece James will keep it in. Doesn't elect to take on his man, finds his teammate. Kante to Reece James. Aspilicueta cannons it off an Atletico man, and it'll be another throw-in for Chelsea early on. Hamsik is saying, might be wrong, but I'm smelling an Atleti comeback, possibly extra time. Who knows, man? Who knows? You know, I'd welcome that. Well, not extra time. This needs to be finished in 90. Atletico Madrid with possession here, people. Again, it's only 1 minute and 5 seconds in, but it looks like there's nerves from both teams. And Reece James, I don't know why he did that bewildering attempt to chest the ball, put it into danger. And Atletico have tried to get forward here. Reece James now with a convincing clearance, and he'll just set Werner to run here. And Werner's made that look like a pass, people, really and truly. Werner's done quite well there to keep it in. Werner's done very well here. Werner needs his flowers there. I think Werner's done very well there. I thought that was at least a corner. It ends in a goal kicking. It's an aimless. Well, it's not an aimless. It's a clearance from Reece James. Werner has just ran. Maybe that's the blueprint for Chelsea. Give space for Werner to run into. He's done Savic there. I think he's done. I don't think it's a corner. The whole ball has to go out. I think Werner's been a bit unfortunate there, people. Is what it is, you know. Hopefully the game, you know, continues like that. 2 minutes in, Chelsea 0, Atletico Madrid 0. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, folks. And yeah, man, like I said, it's all to play for. Atletico, pinball at the moment, people. Both teams need to settle. but as expected, with what's in play and the dynamics at play, depending on what the scoreline says, come minute 90, plays restarted, and Kovacic and Azpilicueta have done such. Rudiger's giving it back to his goalkeeper in Mendy. Mendy's kind of put Rudiger, I feel, under pressure here, and Rudiger's had to try clear, and he's gifted it back to Atletico, who have possession. Good little 1-2 with João Felix and his teammates. João Felix in possession. Oh my, João Felix absolutely sent Kovacic there. And that's a poor layoff from Suarez there. Suarez is obviously a quality footballer. He's got to do a lot better than that. Again, I'm sure that's what Simeone wants to see from his young Portuguese international. Werner's always been that striker that needs space to run. Had it at Leipzig and everyone saw how well he did there. So maybe, yeah, you're right. Maybe they need to just, stop trying to invent the wheel and play to Werner's strengths. Atletico Madrid in possession here. Lodi's gone forward, people. He's found his man. It's a great 1-2 there. Oh, and again, Atletico, good move. Ultimately, it looked a bit more spectacular than it ended up being because it didn't put Mendy under any pressure. But that will give you confidence. Carrasco and Lodi on this left-hand side just made something happen. And together with João Felix, it looks all right. 3 minutes and 27 seconds into this clash, people. Marcos Alonso's cleared. And it looks like they're pressing Chelsea. Well, look, Atletico are not letting them out their own half. And Saul's done well there. Look at Saul just evading challenges, people. Jimenez in possession. Stupid pass from Jimenez, and Chelsea just need to settle here. And it's here with Kai Havertz. Gives it to the captain, Azpilicueta. Reece James in possession. Kovacic. I think Chelsea just need to calm down and remember they're winning. Good pass from Kovacic to find N'Golo Kante. Kante just about gets it to Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech, I can't lie, I think that was a poor ball to Reece James, and Reece James manages to make it a poor delivery into the box. However, it will be a Chelsea throw-in. Chelsea 0, Atletico 0, 4 minutes and 15 seconds into this clash, people. Throw-in with Reece James. Delayed. I don't know why Reece James taking forever to throw this. Eventually throws it into Kai Havertz, gets it back. Can he get a cross in? Can get a cross in, but it's not a good one. Keen to see what happens. Oh, these ain't my sweets. What's going on? Chelsea with possession on this right-hand side, and that will be a corner to Chelsea, surely. Who's delivering this set piece? Looks like it's Hakim Z. Oh, it's Reece James. The camera playing tricks on me. 5 minutes and 5 seconds into the game, people. Reece James to deliver a corner. Poor corner from Reece James. Reece James, this is what I mean about Reece James. He needs to grab his chances. I really think he's a good player, but, Tuchel believes in him clearly as well. But you've got to grab them chances. You've got to grab it with both hands. Havertz, pretty poor for a player of his ability. He runs into a blind alley and he loses the ball. Fortunately for Chelsea, there's nobody pressing and they can restart with Hakim Ziyech and Kovacic, people. Joshua, I hope you're doing well and safe. I'm good, my guy. Be better if Chelsea were losing, but it's not one of those ones there. Reece James gives it back to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta, big game for Azpilicueta and Alonso. Like I said, when you're playing teams from your home nation, there's an extra bit of fight there. Chelsea just doing well to settle and hold on to the ball for a second now, and they've done well here. It's over here on the right-hand side with their captain, Azpilicueta. Goes forward, but again, you look at that low bank from Atletico Madrid. Look at it, people. Look at that defensive unit. Look at that low block. Look at that defensive bank. You know what you're going into against Atletico. Reece James does well to win ahead, and it's here with Hakim Ziyech. He's giving it back to Reece James. I'm good using BT, my guy. But thanks for the suggestion. N'Golo Kante in possession to Reece James. Reece James to Kante. What's Kante going to do here? Finds his teammate in Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech doesn't elect a cross. He gives it back, and it's here with Reece James. Probably Chelsea need to try and hurt them. It's all a bit too cute right now. Hakim Ziyech and Reece James are on two completely different wavelengths. And that looks a needless foul from Reece James. You could see exactly what he's going to do. Big up all the American Gooners. I appreciate you locked in from New York, my guy, especially. Still 0-0, 7 minutes into this clash. Chelsea, if it stays like this, are still through. Pardon me, both teams are still feeling each other out, still trying to discover what the other team's angle is. Bit timid, bit lacking quality. Pardon me, bit lacking in quality, but it firmly is what it is in that regards, people. 82 likes. Please make sure you hit the like button, people. It doesn't cost a thing. It does not cost a thing. All Black in possession, people. He throws it to Kieran Trippier, and I'm sure if you're Trippier, you want to win this because you're playing your old rivals. The rivalry never quite dies down. Chelsea press has resulted in a mistake from Atletico playing out from the back, and it's here with N'Golo Kante. And it's probably the person you didn't want it to fall to, sadly, in N'Golo Kante. He did well to keep it alive and try fight, but his touch was heavy. And Kante doesn't look happy. But that could be the blueprint, you know. Both teams seem to try to be pressing and forcing each other into mistakes. It seems like both teams do have that mistake in them, if I'm completely honest with you guys, people. Kante can't complain. Kante, that came off you, my guy. Atletico have tried to break forward. Chelsea have cut it out. 8 minutes and 8 seconds into the game, people. Kurt Zuma and Mendy. Kovacic. It's getting a bit risky for Chelsea, don't you feel? Still in possession, though. Kovacic to Kante. Kante, Chelsea done very well to build out from the back there. And it's over here now with Havertz. No options in front of him. Goes back and finds Kovacic. Atletico. Backwards. Jimenez. All Black. Elects to go long. Who's going to win the first ball? Falls to Rudiger, who gifts it back to Atletico. Suarez isn't going to beat Rudiger to that, and Rudiger will keep it in possession. What would he do? He'll just go back to his goalie, and it can restart from there. Bro, to be fair, Chilwell ain't playing, but yeah, 50 million. How expensive? I don't know, my guy, man. He's got to lose sometime. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, man. Might be tonight. Who knows? Probably when you least expect it. Mendy. He's given Aspilicueta a lot to do, but Aspilicueta worked it well. That being said, Reece James's first touch was horrid. And to be fair to him, there wasn't much he could do there. There simply wasn't enough space on that field. Chelsea in possession, people. N'Golo Kante. Werner. Drops it off to Havertz. Havertz, good ball in behind, and Alonso can get in here. Where's Alonso's options? I don't know what Alonso was doing. That was tired. Shoots first time. It's a terrible effort. It's like he scuffed it into the ground. That was terrible. You didn't believe in yourself from the start there. Lovely parts from Havertz. And that's where you want to see some quality. Why did he do that? Trying to live a movie. I don't know what he saw in his head there. Kovacic in possession, driving forward for Chelsea. 10 minutes and 17 seconds in for those of you who are watching the clock. Rudiger finds Alonso. Alonso finds Kovacic. Kovacic forward to Kante. Backwards now. Kurt Zuma in possession for Chelsea. Kante, risky pass. Chelsea be a bit heart and mouth moments from Chelsea playing out from the back. They do half trust themselves, but you'd imagine there needs to be balance there. Kovacic in possession. And again, when Chelsea break, there's just too many Atletico numbers, and there's just not enough Chelsea bodies flying forward quick enough to really take advantage. Kovacic, Werner, Havertz, Kovacic. Aspilicueta on this right-hand side. Again, it's quite slow. It's good play from Chelsea, but it is quite slow. Nonetheless, they're forward. Ziyech, again, once again, Hakim Ziyech and Reece James, and it's Ziyech's fault this time, haven't been on the wavelength. You know, they have not been on the same wavelength. Who do you think is going out? I think Atletico, but I hope to be wrong, Prince. Reece James to restart with a throw. Finds his captain. Chelsea still in possession. It's found its way back here to Reece James, who's palmed it off to Havertz. What's Havertz going to do? Play it back to Reece James, who plays it back to his captain, Kovacic. Need a bit of intent now. Need to try and hurt them. Good move from Chelsea. Poor clearance from Atletico. Eventually, they deal with it. And it's still here in the edge of Chelsea's area. Kante makes sure that is still the case. And Rudiger's dribbling forward now. Finds Alonso. Werner. It's on the edge of your area there. Hakim Ziyech. Tired. I thought he was going to hit that with his right, man. He didn't fancy it. And again, one goal flips this whole game on its head. So it'll be very interesting to see exactly what happens. Pick up everybody locked in. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, people. Chelsea are breaking down this left-hand side. Just as I said that, Werner's touch, I don't know what he was doing there, man. You got to be gentle there. He's moving like he doesn't love football the way he controlled that ball. That was a terrible attempt of a pass. "13 minutes and 17 seconds. Atletico have made just 28 passes. Chelsea have made 131. Come on, people. Like the big man said, like Prince said, if you're new, hit that bottom right-hand corner and subscribe. Reece James concedes a stupid foul there. Too heavy-handed, you know. Do you know what it is with Reece James? It's like he just needs a bit of polishing. Like, he just needs a tiny bit of polishing and he'll be a really good fullback. He's not like, it's not nothing glaringly weak in his game, just unnecessary fouls. Not the cross is not quite being as crisp. You know, this is the big boy leagues now. He still plays for me. I love Reece James. I think he still plays like he's playing academy football, though. I need to see a bit more urgency from Dunny. Bro, Reece James is 30, man. Bro, Hakim Ziyech has been a disappointment. I definitely thought I would have seen a lot more, but I do think there's a variety of factors, and cliche as it is, you know, I'll give him generally a next season. You know, for me, obviously, in the first season, all these things happen. And, you know, on top of all these things anyways, there has been COVID and how manic that has been for footballers as well as us normal people. So next season, if you're still looking like this, then we might have to shine several lights on him, my dude, man. What's RJ saying? You always gotta want technical ballers to do well. We ain't got a lot of them these days. Facts, my dude. You're a football purist, man. You remember football when you actually used your eyes and not had agendas and the rest of it. But this is where we're at, man. Chelsea still in possession. 15 minutes into the game is still 0-0 between the two teams. Neither side has had a foothold on the game, I'd say. Of recent last 5 minutes has been Chelsea. Cute flick from Havertz though sees Alonso able to burst forward. Aspilicueta, Kante, edge of Atletico's area now. Someone has to be a risk taker. Aspilicueta delivers it into the box. There's no one there. That's where you need a certain Giroud. But if it's falling to Havertz here, and it's a Chelsea corner, I think the ref said, yes, it is. Or something to do with Chelsea. Yeah, man, you know, that's it for me with Reece James. It's the IQ now. Like, you do silly things, you need to pattern it up. Big up Liam, what have you said? Enjoying the stream so far. Would like Chelsea to win, but I think Atletico will. Fair play. Hit up the like button. Marmadou is saying he can see Atletico nicking this. You know, it's still open. It's 1-0, innit? As long as it's like that, one goal flips this all. But I think Chelsea are going to take the lead, man. Smash the like button like my dude Kingsley has said. Corner from Hakim Ziyech though. Atletico man gets first to it and it's cleared by Carrasco. And between Mendy and Kovacic, they'll mount the next assault. He is a baller, but I can't lie to you, AK. As much as I hear that, agenda's got to run, man. It's banter. Agenda's got to run. Still is what it is. I'm praying for my people. Shout out to you, my guy. You know, pray for me too. I don't know what's happened, my guy. You good? You know, say nothing. Young Mizzy, you know, that comment there threw me off. But back to football anyways. Would you take Felix, Haaland and Mbappe? Who would I take from all of them? First choice would be Mbappe. First choice would be Haaland. I'd say them two and then Felix for me. Now, if Felix does a bad boy thing throughout the next 18 months, I might change it. But Mbappe is one of my favorite footballers right now. So is Haaland. Haaland's an animal. So probably them two. Them two are level for me. Like, I would love Mbappe. I'd be literally equally as happy with Haaland. I know I'd have that crazy number 9. And I know I'd have that crazy number 9/winger. It is what it is. I mean, I don't think Chelsea are going to sell him, but who wouldn't take Hakim Ziyech? We need a technical baller, bro. He's not in. I don't think he's in that conversation yet. He's got the potential to be in it, but he's not in there. You know, he needs. It's all about application, not potential, and them thing there. Queer and Trippier. I haven't said too much of him. Is in possession. Finds Marcus Alonso. I mean Llorente. Apologies. João Felix bursting forward. Acres of space. Oh, sold someone. Sold Rudiger. Sold Zuma. Apologies, a dream. But a Chelsea man cuts it out. And it's here with Atletico. And again, Atletico, you ain't... I haven't recorded a shot that you've asked of Mendy. I don't think you've been bad, but you need to do a madness. I'd take Foden over Felix. Ooh, I can't comment. I'd take Ziyech. He's a baller, man. Absolute baller. Let's be real. João Felix in possession. I thought the 1-2 was on there and Atletico didn't do it, but they still have possession. Just as I said that, they've gifted it back to Chelsea. Kante in possession, people. Sold someone a dream with a fake shot and finds Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta gives it to Reece James. Reece James, can you pick someone out? Can you make a sensible decision? Takes on his man, sits him down. Pardon me, does well, actually. Kante on the edge of the area. Gives it back to Reece James. Who's in the box for James? Good ball. Good ball. You got to make something happen. Terrible from Chelsea. Good ball into the box from Reece James. I don't know. Between Werner and Ziyech, both of them are ramping with it. You got to finish your dinner. You've got to finish your dinner. Good ball from Reece James. Hakim Ziyech and Werner, they need to talk to each other. How that's not a corner, I don't know. But both of them need to talk. And Werner had a shot like a man that ain't scored of recent. Bear man, probably Arsenal fans, man. You know. When I said that, you man killed me. There's a couple things. I don't think he's like Kaka, but when he's dribbling, he looks a bit like Kaka. I'm not gonna cap. But saying that, he's got a long way to go before he's mentioned in that name. It's a shame, you know. There's gonna be some footballers, sadly, because of this Messi and Ronaldo thing. Man, not that they're not gonna be remembered, but they're not gonna get their flowers. Like, people forget how good some of these footballers were, man. I think he's got the potential, but you know it is, Prince. It's for me to be there. It's not potential. It's not a potential thing. It's application. I don't feel Felix right now is applying his talent to them and there's level. Like Mbappe, it speaks for himself. Haaland, it speaks for itself. Well, Haaland is even 20. He's got a goal every 54 minutes in Champions League. You know, I ain't seen João Felix with that. I know he's a baller. One has to wonder how much can he thrive in a system like this, that as much as it might get something out of him, he's an attacking player. You know, Chelsea have capitalized on Atletico losing possession. And Reece James, I've spoken about his decision making. I don't know what Dani Alves videos he's been watching. He tries to live a movie, and that's where it ends. It's ballooned into the Stamford Bridge stands. If there was fans there, he'd probably be given some compensation to someone. He probably would have licked out someone's nose there. But anyways, Atletico will start again. Here it is with Savic, and I do think Atletico are being quite careless in possession, really. And again, if I'm Chelsea, I'll take this. 20 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Bro, Atletico have pressed you at times and made you give the ball away just like now. But you ain't done nothing. Like, they ain't done nothing really and truly. Mbappe all day long. He's got more to his game than the other two. Do you know what it is? I agree. But I think man sleep, not you, but man sleep on Haaland's gameplay. Like, man sleep on how he plays football. Like, he's a goal scorer, but man move like he's just some brain dead guy that just poaching goals. He can do all of that, but his IQ, man, his IQ is something else, man. I just donated through PayPal. Viper, I appreciate that. Obviously I can't see right now, but I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that, my guy. 21 minutes and 11 seconds into the game. Chelsea 0, Atletico Madrid 0. Chelsea hold a 1-0 aggregate slender lead. It's getting a bit more, I won't say meaty, but it's getting a bit more desperate from both teams as they fight to somewhat mount possession. You know, Simeone looks like he's getting vexed. He's telling them calm down. Again, you wouldn't think you'd have to tell them to calm down. You know, I've been around this block, you know, in a calm way. I think Atletico need to challenge this fact in the sense of, you're going out right now. Calm down. The pressure's on Chelsea, you know. Saying that, Chelsea are breaking here. Hakim Ziyech in possession. Finds Reece James. Not a lot in front. You know, there's not really enough numbers for Chelsea, really. Hakim Ziyech, I was just about to say, has found Alonso. He hasn't. Trippier's not made Alonso with a pass, and he's giving it to Llorente. I don't know what Trippier thought João Felix could do with that pass. And it's terrible from both teams. It's getting a bit playgroundy, you know. The ball's not sticking on the floor right now. Look at that. Instantly, Jimenez has just banged it. It's getting a bit playgroundy, you know. You know, when just bare man are chasing the ball, there's no space, it's end to end. Rudiger's doing a madness, and he's almost absolutely denched Luis Suarez. I cannot lie. I was thinking that look in VAR, you never know, but he's made a mistake, and Rudiger's completely fixed up on his mistake. He's absolutely cleaned out Luis Suarez. I can't lie, with the way VAR is moving these days, it could have very well been something. I don't think it was, but he's got eyes on the ball. Oh, he's sly, got none of the ball, though. I don't think it's a foul, but I'm a Sunday League footballer. I can't lie. I've seen that given this season, but Rudiger busts his case. It's getting better now. It's waking up. Trippier in possession, people. He's woke up in the last 3 minutes or so. Big up everybody locked in. Please make sure you hit the like button, people. Bro, Tino, what Arsenal fans said they can get Haaland. If you can't find 70 to 100 million, you can forget about it. And do we have money to spend on Haaland? Bro, if you ain't got, if your heating don't work in your yard and you buy a TV, are you the smartest guy? Arsenal need to be paying our bills. We need to be making sure there's no asbestos in our yard and that before you talk about HD TVs and these things, which is Haaland, We need to pattern the defense, midfield, be consistent. We've got no chance of Haaland. Anyways, people, I think Zuma's done a bit well mopping up his teammates' messes, and he's actually saved Chelsea there, in my opinion. Nathan, big up yourself. There's 143 of you. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. What have you said? Do you think Lamptey will get, if we get him, will be good enough to get into the position straight away? If he is, yeah, but it's just fitness is a problem. Facts, my guy. I wouldn't mind Jorginho at this team, but I want a 6 more. I wouldn't mind Jorginho instead of Xhaka, really, but I want a 6 or a more number 8, dynamic sort of 8 more. I thought it was a foul. I can't lie. If that foul's given against me, bro, I'm going mad, but I can't lie. I don't think Rudiger won any of that ball, man. I don't think he won any of that ball. Viper, I appreciate that. What have you said? How you call yourself deluded when all you do is speak facts? I appreciate that, man. But if I had a pound, I'd be a rich man if I had a pound for every one of you that said that, and for the people that go, "Oh, mate, you definitely live up to your name. You really are deluded, mate." Either way, I'd still be a rich man. 24 minutes and 50 seconds into this clash in the Champions League, it's still 0-0 based on this second leg. Chelsea have backed themselves playing out from the back, and can they get out here? I think Havertz almost put his teammate under pressure, but they've got out and it's gone to nothing now. And it's here with Atletico and Oblak. Like the first leg, I don't think Atletico are offering enough in an attacking sense. Like, they're not doing nothing. Like, bro, what has Mendy had to do? D is saying Felix's career is being stifled at Atletico. He needs a team whose DNA is to play direct attacking football on the front foot. I say that as well. I'm not going to lie. I do agree with that, and that's my thought and fundamentally my opinion. But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say playing under a system that is completely different from what your skill set isn't going to help you. That's therefore a penalty. How Atletico don't have a penalty, I don't know. That is a blatant pull. This referee, shout out to Roman. They're doing the UEFA thing. They're paying their direct debits. That is a penalty. Blatant pull on an Atletico man. Something tells me Atletico might grab a goal. 26 minutes into this clash, they have a corner. Yeah, what I was saying about João Felix, you'll make him more of a complete player. You're an attacking player in a defensive system. That's not a strength of yours. So it is what it is. Lovely. Oh, God, it's from Aspilicueta people. How people are busting these cases with VAR. Look, obviously, Carrasco's acting, people. Carrasco's acting. He's doing a lot. But anytime you put your hands on a man in the box, you're playing a dangerous game. And he has pulled him down. He has. It's a soft penalty. But by the letter of the way the game's going, that's looking a pen for me. Soft penalty, of course, had it been given. But that one there, what do you lot think? Was that a pen? Marmadou's agreeing with me, saying that's a pen. Reece James getting pushed around at the set piece, people. Chelsea have dealt with it, though. Can Werner get his noggin on it? Soft, feminine one from him. Header from him. Didn't get anyone anywhere. Trippier's delivered a tasty ball into the box. It's still alive here. Luis Suarez sees it out. Wow. It's gone out for a goal kick nonetheless. Man are saying it's a pen. We've seen them given. Tino is saying that's a pen. Viper is saying that's a pen. Nice to know I'm not. No one can accuse me of being biased. Obviously, it's a soft pen, but It's dark arts. Look, you know, I know it's a pen. Aspilicueta has clocked he's made a mistake. He's made a mistake. He's tried to play the pass back to Mendy. It's a meaty pass and he's pulled him down. I cannot lie. It's a pen. Like, where's VAR? How do you manage to have worse refereeing than in the Premier League? My word. Mendy's bust case, and it's a poor goal kick from Mendy, really. And Atletico have another throw. Man are saying it should be a pen. I can't lie. Sunday League, I think it's too light, but it's just for the intention. You know, there's no intent to play the ball there from Dave. You know, I do think so because he's made that mistake. Pre it again. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong, but pre it again. He's played that poor pass. We've all been in those situations. You know, we thought, oh crap, I've made a mistake. He's pulled his man, bro. Is that not a free kick outside the area? You know, I don't believe every bit of contact in the penalty area is a pen, but I don't think everyone has to get, you know, written off at 100 miles per hour to get a pen. But nonetheless, keep them going, man. If that was against Arsenal, bro, somehow that's 2 penalties, I'd say. Man are saying pen. Goal is saying what I'm saying. It's a pen. It's a foul anywhere else on the field. M is saying it's not a pen. If you feel it's not a pen, like what AK said, give me a reason. Don't just say it's not a pen. Anyways, people, 28 minutes and 30 seconds into this clash. It's still 0-0. Livening up a bit, but Old Black ain't had to make no mad save. Mendy, apologies, ain't had to make no save. It's a good ball from Atletico Madrid. I don't know why Suarez is moaning. Suarez, you got the ability on your left peg to bring that down. I don't know why you're moaning, man. Bro, if that's Aspilicueta, I mean, if that's David Luiz, that's a pen. If that's Xhaka, that's a pen. It's a pen in the Prem all day. Saying that, you know, we didn't get a blatant handball against Burnley, so I don't know. Personally, I feel the one we got against Spurs is they know they owe Arsenal something because you've been doing us dirty in recent. So they thought, you know what, keep them quiet. Let's give them a little thing there. It is what it is. I think nobody's right. Nobody's wrong. Interesting thoughts regardless. DIY Ninja saying that was a pen, bro. How's Chelsea getting away with this? I don't know, man. Yellow card for Kai Havertz, though, people. Savage, former Man City man, on the receiving end of it. No, is that yellow? There's no malice in anyone there. Both man got eyes on the ball. This ref's bugging out, man. Both Havertz and Savage are going for the ball. There's no intent there, you know. That's stupid. How's that a yellow? I don't know, man. Bro, do you know? Yeah, he did. That's what messed it up for Carrasco. He done too much. He's acting like he got shot. He needed to finesse that one. Just act like he's still playing. You know when you act like you're slipping. He needed to do that. He's not patterned enough on that. But you're right. That's something that is right. You know, shout out D because he knows. Old boy saying it's a clear pen. So we can all agree. Majority are saying it's a pen. It's not though. So we have to carry on. 30 minutes and 18 seconds. I can't lie. Atletico, this is dead what you're trying. They've got 3 at the back. The ball over the top is dead. At least until they get tired, you should try to switch it up. Bro, bare snipers in row Z. Bare snipers. Man started swimming. Got his ice skates on and just started gliding across that grass. One thing I like about Chelsea is they trust themselves playing out from the back. And a couple bits have been a bit booky, but just like now, they've got away with it. Reece James. Oh, ref, what the hell? That's a yellow. Fair, all right, that's the first proper decision I've seen from the ref. Late tackle from Lundy on Reece James. Looked like it was born out of frustration. Looked like he tried to leave something on it. And Lodi has messed up now because if Atletico are to turn this around due to this yellow card, he would miss the first leg of whatever clash that is. And what a stupid way to do it. You know, I am a fullback. I do like sliding. And, you know, sometimes that's the risk you take. Big up my guy, Paul, man. I'm well, man. I'm definitely well because we smoked your team at the weekend, my guy. Now, banter aside, big up to you, man, for tuning in. Chelsea could grab a goal here. Werner, Havertz has tripped over the ball, and that's it. That's absolutely it for Chelsea as Atletico deal with it. And Chelsea should have made more of a meal there. Should have made more of a meal. What are you lot saying? There's been a goal in the Bayern Munich game. Lewandowski has had something to say. And I mean... You know, that's probably the most foregone conclusion out of all the European ties we've seen. You knew they were going through. They rubbed out Atletico Madrid in the first. I mean, they rubbed out Lazio in the first leg. And it's just business as usual, really. It's all love, Paul, man. Don't watch that. What have you said? 32 minutes and 10 seconds in, people. Again, both teams, more so Atletico. Atletico, just saying it again, they're just gifting the ball back to Chelsea. And one of these days, Chelsea are going to hurt you. You know, law of averages. For both managers, I'd be saying shoot, man. Nobody is shooting. Like, neither keepers has nothing to do, really and truly. Let's be real. And both, look at it, like Atletico are just gifting possession back and they've been saved there. Viper has said, when fans are gradually allowed back, are you going to go to the Arsenal games? Of course. Of course. Apparently, Lewandowski has scored again. C is saying there's been a penalty in that game. So it's all kicking off in that game. Well, it's the same one. Is it 2-0 now? You're confusing me. When you say again, do you mean just he scored again or is it 2-0? I don't know, man. Let's stick to this game. 32 minutes and 55 seconds is still 0-0 though. I'd say the last 20 minutes so far have been it's really upped the ante, but there's still been nothing of note, really and truly. You know, the only thing of note has been the penalty scream, really and truly. Big up all the Twitch gang as well. The Ludaguna 187 for those of you that give a crap about Twitch. And for those of you that actually want to get alerts, that's where you should be subscribed. But either way, we move, people. Stop spamming, my dude. But you're right. It would be a pen somehow. Chelsea have dealt with that, people. And Chelsea could break. And I don't think they've been clinical enough when the break has been there. Saying that, Werner, where is his options? Werner's on his ones. Good ball from Werner. Ziyech, Chelsea have scored. Rub them out. Fantastic counter-attack from Chelsea. Fantastic. And what did I just say earlier? Atletico are gifting the ball back to Chelsea, and there will be an opportunity. Werner has done very well, in my opinion, because it didn't look like anything was there for him. Hakim Ziyech has scored. Atletico have it all to do. That's probably mashed up his team talk, and you deserve that. You know, you've been hit on the break. You've gifted possession back. It's all Trippier. Again, Trippier out of position. Havertz counter-attacks. Werner does the rest. You know, it's been a madness. You know, how many times so far did I sit here and say that, people? Credit to Werner, though. You know, I'm sure Werner would like to be the goal scorer. But it is what it is. Go to make it 1-0. Atletico just toothless, man. Gifting the ball back. Oh, game over, bro. Really poor. Really, really poor. Hey, big up Cam. I love it. You don't take anything, man. Moderators keep patterning up, man. 34th minute, Hakim Ziyech is on the score sheet. Chelsea 1, Atletico 0, 2-0 on aggregate. Bye-bye, Atletico Madrid. And I was saying 2-0. Chelsea were half the way there. Something just told me they're going to do this thing because of things like that. That is Hakim Ziyech's second goal in seven games of recent. I think he started the game well. He's done all right. You know, even then, both teams haven't worked the keeper. It's a fantastic counter-attack and whatnot. But that's the first time Chelsea have shown some real quality from start to finish. And they've put it in the back of the net. And now you're going to have to see what Atletico are on. And you look at it, a lot of these players have been around the block. They're moving like Arsenal in these situations, people. You need to get a goal and get it quickly. 10 minutes before halftime, 34 minutes and 40 seconds. And again, it's gifted to Chelsea. Kovacic done very well. Not a foul, though. Oh, wow. The game is getting mad. I think Kovacic did very well to dribble, but that's never a foul. The game is going soft. Very good from Chelsea. Missing a dominant midfielder, you know, with nothing to do with the rare and that. Nathan has said, first watch along, loving the content. I appreciate that, my guy. Hopefully it's not your last. Potential finalists, only, bro, I can't predict the future. I don't know, my guy. Anyone that, it sounds silly, but anybody that's still in there. It's still 1-0, but again, it's far from concluded. Aspilicueta, again, I do still think there should have been a penalty shout. Atletico Madrid have had 2 chances, 1 on target. Chelsea have had double that with 4 attempts, 1 on target. And that's probably the goal. As James, good ball in. That should be 2-0. That should be 2-0, you know. Again, you know, if that's Giroud, that's an easy Giroud header. Alonso takes on Llorente, gives it back to his teammate in Kovacic. Kovacic finds N'Golo. Kante gives it back. Aspilicueta, pardon me, over on this right-hand side. Smash the like button, please. The keeper at fault? Nah, come on, man. Oh, it should be 2-0 to Chelsea again. You know, Atletico are starting to crack. That's another one where you're thinking, if there is just a striker there, it could have been patterned. Fair enough. Two of you are saying the keeper should have done better. I don't blame the keeper there because he's your last line of defense. You know, why have you been cut open so easily before that? But fair play. If I watch it again, I guess he could have done better. Someone of All Blacks quality. Bro, I miss being in there as well. But is what it is. Who would you at their prime between Suarez and Benzema? Listen, Benzema's my guy. Like I was full of praise for him yesterday. But at their prime, Suarez, man. Suarez without a doubt. 34 minutes and 43 seconds, people. Like I said, Chelsea are winning 1-0. Atletico in possession. And here it is with João Felix. Cheeky little nutmeg on Aspilicueta. Stands. Ooh, tries to do up Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta just about survives. Tries to slide in on Kante. Kante deals with it. You know, João Felix has huffed and puffed, but he's one man in it. No man's an island. What are you saying, KG? You're not feeling the shouts about All Black being the best keeper in the world. Why not? If so. Hit the like button, people. Trippier in possession. Good ball to find Llorente. Bro, Suarez. Suarez should be... Why does Suarez keep moaning at man? Yeah, it didn't come to your feet, but that's a good ball into the box. Suarez is just moaning. He spent the whole game just moaning at man. Atletico advancing. Trippier. Good ball into the box. Again, Zuma does better with his head. João Felix strikes. A bit of a sting was taken out, and it will fall to the hands of Mendy. Swear down. Yeah, what are you saying? You got agendas. No Suarez goals in his last 24 away games. Can someone verify that? Big Luis Suarez with that. Boy, that's a Mazzoline, man. Brother of Phil Jagielka died age 43. I was unbeknownst to that, but condolences to Phil Jagielka and his family. You know, hopefully they get the strength and all of those sort of things. That sucks. You know, that's unfortunate. Like I said, RIP to Jagielka's family member and condolences to him and his family at this difficult time. Nah, man. Benzema's my guy, Jem, but yeah, like you said, different guy, different sort of guy. Reece James, I did think that was a poor pass to him, but he did what he could to try to keep that in. Fair play, Omar. You're saying it last happened against Roma. I think we got to take that one to VAR purely because that's one of them stats where someone tells you where you don't believe it. Big Luis Suarez with that. I don't know. 39 minutes and 45 seconds into this clash, though, people. Atletico, my word, will it kill you to just hold on to the ball for 5 minutes? And Chelsea could, again, exploit a mistake here. Alonso, he's got to do better. Finds Havertz. Havertz's touch shagged him. And All Black almost spilt it there, moving a bit fraudulent with that one there. And Chelsea have had a couple of chances towards the end of this first half to get that second goal and really kill off this game. You know, all it takes from Atletico, and you never know what could happen. And Kante's injured. Kante's just been doing a skillers this game. Ziyech, the goal scorer, gives it to Reece James. Reece James will say, you know what, Kante, have it, man. It's 5 minutes for half time. Let's calm down. Zuma, where's his options? He says, you know, I might go on an adventure. He says, nah, you know what? You have it, Rudiger. Rudiger's lost out cheaply here, and it's back here of Atletico. Players continued. It is a foul. Koke looks for Carrasco. Carrasco keeps it moving. Lodi in possession. Falling over the floor, needs to change his boots, and Aspilicueta will say, you know what, thank you. And it's here with Hakim Ziyech on the right-hand side, Atletico's left, stands up his man, cuts inside, finds Kai Havertz, who's done a good job just dropping into these half spaces in the 10 sort of role, playing as that false 9. Big up yourself, Viper, man. Bro, someone's going to get beaten up by Simeone at halftime. I think someone's going to get smacked up, man. Because the way they're playing, Simeone can't be happy with this. You know, Chelsea haven't had to be good. They just, you know, Chelsea have, I wouldn't say poor, but they ain't been. I'm sure Thomas Tuchel wasn't trying to do this at Cobham when he was training all week. But they have got that vital second goal and also that cushion of the away goal. Atletico have to find 2. If Atletico start pouring bodies forward, I'm keen to see what happens. And like I said, I'm keen to see who scores the first goal because Atletico kind of have to unlock them shackles now, be a bit more careless. You know, I'd rather go out 2-0 today or 3-1 than 2-0 personally. I said that yesterday and I'm saying it again. Chelsea mounting an attack. And the one criticism I'd say from Chelsea, you ain't had enough men in the box. There's 2 men, Alonso, now Havertz, but Alonso and Werner, and somehow Chelsea have been the favourite there. It's a corner. I can't lie, I feel Chelsea have a penalty shout there, but I don't know. I have to see the replay. Looking back at it, people, Chelsea, as I said, they're attacking. Werner is onside. Is there a pen shout? Nah, I'm lying. I'm capping people. That ain't a pen. That ain't a pen. That would have been a very soft pen. There's nothing in that. Nothing in that. Havertz is acting. There's nothing in that. Corner take it. Oblak's been a bit suspect, I didn't think he needed to punch that, but he punches it, and it's here on this right-hand side with Chelsea. Ziyech has done well. Zuma has kept it in, and Havertz is in a dangerous position. He has to get the shot away. He finds Rudiger. And Rudiger shows himself as a centre-half in the final third. Poor delivery. But again, from Atletico, if their centre-half is creating chances, you're doing something wrong. It's not even the scumbag football right now. It's just dead. Like they haven't shown me a team that's first/second in La Liga over these two legs personally. Like again, how many times are Atletico gonna lose the ball playing out from the back? I wouldn't even say Chelsea are pressing them. You are just playing shit passes. Like, and I think Chelsea have done enough. 43 minutes and 31 seconds into this clash, people. Make sure you're hitting the like button. And you're obviously here for the watch along tomorrow, where it's obviously Arsenal versus Olympiacos. Chelsea in possession, people. Hakim Ziyech has dropped deep on this left-hand side now to receive the ball. 132 likes, people. I know not all of you listening have hit the like button. The goal is 200. Let's keep it going, people. Kai Havertz in possession, finds Kante. Chelsea have not been tested at all, and they're putting better moves together now. And Reece James has done well to find Kai Havertz. Back to Reece James. Reece James finds Kante. Probably the wrong man you want there. Oh, no, I'm saying it was completely off topic off target by Kovacic. I'd never had no chance, but I'm sure Thomas Tuchel will be happy with this. Your centre half's creating chances. Your centre midfielders having shots. You've got that 2-0 lead. It's all wavy right now. 2 unanswered goals and Atletico are through, bro. Bro, they need to score. You need to get them. 44 minutes and 50 seconds, people. Not too much long in terms of added time, I'd imagine. And Chelsea have regained possession. Kovacic trusts himself in possession. Does well there to actually find Zuma. Zuma's actually being pursued, and he's done well. There's no added on time. Quick thing, half time. Chelsea 1, Atletico 0, courtesy of Hakim Ziyech's second goal in 7 games. It is 2-0 to Chelsea on aggregate. They've got one hand firmly on the latter stages of the Champions League, and Atletico Madrid are flirting with elimination unless something happens. You're 2-0 down. Don't forget the away goal rule. You'd imagine he's got to change something at halftime, whether that's a sub or whatever. Something has got to change. Paul has said, I'll be watching the Lily Whites tomorrow, but we'll be tuned into your watch along. Paul, I respect that, man. Banter aside, I really respect that. And you've been on the journey you've been here a long time, innit? Like, I don't even know when you got here, but you've been here a long time. So it's nice to see that, you keep staying in it. That's how I always judge what I'm doing with. It's not new people. Don't get it twisted. I love new people coming in and the brand getting bigger and bigger, but it's all about, when I see that there's been some people that's been here from 50 subs and all these sort of things, it's retention. It means that, I'm still staying the same. I'm providing some sort of quality and things like that. Big up yourself and everyone else that's been doing the similar. What's you lot's opinions on that half so far? My opinions would be, I can't believe how, Atletico played with fire. They kept giving the ball away time and time again, and Chelsea exploited it. I feel that was Chelsea's only one real big bit of quality in the final third for Ziyech to score. Fantastic counter-attack. Beyond that, there ain't been nothing else really of note. I feel both teams haven't worked the keepers enough. Mendy hasn't been worked. Oblak's looked a bit suspect when he has had real questions to answer, people. So I have to see, man. We'll have to see. Bro, madman. Paul, you've been here since 41 subs. I appreciate that, man. You've been here for the Blue Jacket days. the pigeons in the background days, doing it in random estates on my lunch break, wherever that would be days. Madness, in it. You know, my man Frederick from Switzerland, I believe. You're saying you was here at under 1,000 subs. I appreciate that, man. Sometimes you lot remind me of things, and I'm like, raw. I really have come a long way in it. But yeah, like I was saying in that game, I don't think Chelsea have asked enough questions of Atletico, but they've got that vital goal. They've got a bit more of a cushion. You know, I think they have looked untroubled for large parts. I do think Havertz is looking quite decent in that role. I think Chelsea just need to have a bit more quality and things like that. But they've done what they needed to do. Apart from that, the only thing I could say is Aspilicueta, stop putting your hands on people in the box. But other than that, perfect from Chelsea. You know, professional job from Chelsea. They're doing what they need to do. Nobody's looking out of place. Thomas Tuchel showing what he's on. And, you know, I'm not too sure if it will end in a clean sheet. But if it does, I did say at the start, you need to, you know, clean sheets and all these things are great. But you need to show it in games like this or it's irrelevant, man. I never forgot to shout at them pigeons. Remember the suits days as well. I don't know about make it big, but you know, I'll obviously remember people that were there, man. Hell, man, remember the suit vids. I don't miss the pigeons at all, especially when you're trying to eat. I don't miss them, but fair play, people. Paul is saying Chelsea have did enough. Atletico have not been at the races. They'll be fired up for the second half, and that's where I feel Chelsea will get their second in this game, third in all. Because at this point, you know, you at least have to you have to ruin the clean sheet. The quicker you get that, if Atletico get that goal within the first 10, then it makes it a bit nervy, and it's a real big question of game management. But Atletico's players don't look like they're on it. Like they don't. Like you saw, who really was doing anything for Atletico? Really, I say João Felix here and there. Carrasco tried dive. You know, he ain't really done nothing. Trippier tried to put crosses into the box towards the end, but he's probably at fault for the goal. Oblak's been a bit suspect in the little things he's really had to do. You know, like River is saying, that's the word I'm looking for, you know. They're flat. And like River has said, Atletico were flat. I thought Chelsea haven't been great either. For Chelsea, though, they don't need to be great. They just need to do the job, man. As long as no one gets injured, you go through. It is what it is. Don't look like a team that wants to win at all, Joshua. You're right, still. Prince is saying Atletico not aggressive enough and lack the athleticism to go toe-to-toe with Chelsea or even threaten their back line. Let's see if Torreira makes an appearance at some point. Fair play. Liam has said, I've been here around a month and I'm definitely going to be sticking around. I appreciate that. Marcus is saying, your commentary is better than the actual ones. I appreciate that. You lot are gassing me. You lot are taking me on some memory lane thing, man. What's going on? Remember when DG was talking about some kid's Saka? Progress, deluded. Marcos is saying, your commentary is better than the actual one. I just said that, but it's so good I had to have it up twice. Stylish is saying lunch break days with the note and selfie stick to record videos. You know the wickedest thing? There was no selfie stick, my broski. That's all a hand thing. I was all there like, yo, people. It was all a hand thing. There was none of that. Or at best, you might see me put my little bag down and position it and whatnot, man. But I guess, you know, when you're forced to do things out in them sort of contexts, it breeds innovation. But yeah, remember, you know, doing all of that and having do you know how much of a nightmare it was doing that, reading like that, people looking at me like I was a madman, but it's crazy, man. I'd also say that helped with self-confidence as well, because obviously, as mad as it looks like, people are walking past like the hell this geezer's doing. And I'm just like, I ain't doing nothing really. It is what it is. Nathan has said, come on, Madrid. Like I said, first watch along, but I've been watching your channel for years. You talk facts, bro. Nathan, shout out, salute. D has said, I'm baffled as to how Atletico are top of La Liga based on the first half. Trust me, bro. Like, I watch La Liga here and there, but I'm not a La Liga connoisseur. You know, that for me, that's telling me the game in La Liga is in disarray, because I know Real Madrid and Barca, you know, it's a bit mixed and they're not the two teams they once were, but it looked like Atletico were the one team looking certified. It's just looking like you're all suspect, and you've just been able to exploit that, man. Because that's, you know, Atletico can't even get out their own half, and but we shouldn't be saying that about a Spanish side with Spanish internationals and that, you know, and with the exception of João Felix, they're a good team. Are they missing Partey? Probably. No Partey, no parties. I had to say it, man. There's always one. Always said, what I have always liked about your content is that you're honest and fair and you have the knowledge to back up your statements. Keep up the good work, man. You lot are bringing tears to a guy's eyes, man. DG with world-class commentary got man muting the BT ones. Oh, man. I'd like to thank God I like to thank my family, and I like to thank the subscribers for this award, man. One day, man. Neto as well. Hey, stop, man. H just said, if anything, I wished I subbed to you for longer. It is what it is, man. You know, you have to come and find me one day. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. H is saying, sup DG, this game is dead, bro. It is dead. You lot are making it entertaining for me. Like, is what it is, but it's the only excitement has been, oh, you lot are right, you know. Sorry to cut myself off. You lot are right. All Black has to do a lot better for that goal. Lots better. That is suspect. And I can't lie, they're showing it on BT again. I can't lie. I think that's a penalty from Aspilicueta. Like D said, if Carrasco doesn't act like he's been shot and VAR's doing his job, that's a pen. Look at the intention shows he's guilty. Why are you pulling man down? That's a pen. It's dark arts. It's a smart one, but Prem, you're getting bagged for that. AD has said, what do you think of Chelsea's chances to win the UCL? Hey, be easy. Don't do that. Stay alive, my guy. Can't rule out anybody in it. I don't know though, man. I think I'd say slim, but I don't know. They're still in it. You need to make a nostalgia watch along of your old videos. I don't know how I would do that, but it is what it is. S is having an agenda, and he said 100% a pen if that was the Premier League and it was Salah. Salah just catching stray bullets. He ain't even done nothing. Bro, Prince to the agendas. You know, they said Partey wasn't needed anymore. They said that, you know, he was frauding. Boy, you know, dog. I appreciate that. Predictions for the Champions League, bro. I'm the worst guy to ask. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't think so. Like I said earlier, I can sit here and tell you, lot, Bayern Munich and these teams. I do think it's a team we least expect, and by that logic, I guess you got to throw Chelsea and City into the mix. I definitely don't want an English team to win it, but I don't know, man. I really don't know. Boy, you never know. Some people think I actually am, man. You know. Who's that? The referee, Donny. Bro, he just comes and freestyle. You know what it is? They just get him on there, and because he's a referee, man, just start listening to him. I don't listen to when something happens like that. I don't even care anymore. Like I'm not trying to see on BT why it was or wasn't a penalty and see different clips and angles. Yeah, like you said, man, it's just wassing it and stuff like that, people. It's not helping anyone. One sec, people. Oh, sorry, I just needed to grab something. Needed to grab my juice, man, because, you know, you got the chaser, you ain't got no alcohol. But it is what it is. Hope everyone's doing safe. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. 164 of you. So, yeah, man, it's not the best of games, but you lot are making it entertaining. S is saying deluded is basically the opposite of his name. I appreciate that. Don't know what I was saying there. Appreciate that, bro. Hala Madrid, bro, looking gazy for them, man, there right now. I don't know if you can be screaming them thing there right now, because based on that game, it's dead. Do I like Simeone's tactics? In principle, yes. When there's no collectively based on that, I like it, but when there's no intention to score goals or to do anything, that's where I have a problem. And I didn't see much, man. Pardon me in that regards. Young Mizzy said, it's a shame you're an Arsenal supporter. When you're ready to join the Red Army, Ollie out. Dead that, my guy. But love for that anyways. What time is your show tomorrow, Deluded? Depends what show. I'm going live at 11 a.m., UK time. And then obviously, I'd say 4:30, I believe. 4:30, I'll be live and whatnot for the watch along in relation to Arsenal versus Olympiacos in the second leg. And then obviously there'll be a live watch along after that, or a live reaction stream after that. So it is what it is in that regards, man. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Zhao does look wasted in this, but he's not going to thrive. I do think it's going to improve him long-term as a footballer, because as an attacking man, you need to defend and all of that and whatnot. But he needs to be in a system that breeds attacking, or it's dead. Like, it's absolutely dead, you know. Is someone going to buy João Felix? I think one day, but I think, you know, he's at the back of the queue, because if you're trying to spend that 100+ million, you know, you're trying to see what you can do for Haaland, trying to see what you can do for Mbappe and these sort of players before that, really. Liam has said, Salah is a diver coming from a Liverpool fan. Instead of trailing back, he needs to fall forward, but he loves the ground. Loves it. But we've all got one in the team. You know, Kane likes the ground. I can't lie. Lacazette knows how to play for fouls. Salah defo likes swimming on the football field. There's bare man like that. Every team's got one if we're real, man. Man said, I forgot there was a second leg. Fair play. The games have been quite boring over 2 legs. You would forget that, really. D is saying it's Bayern Munich's trophy to lose. There's no team able to beat them when they're on form until that 90-minute game comes and they're unable to score and the other team got the other end and do their thing. But I agree, man. I love Saka, but, you know, something tells me Felix is going to be a baller. But, you know, I'm all for Arsenal propaganda. And Saka, I don't want to overrate Saka, but I think he's the best left-footed player in the world, really and truly. You know, that Messi fella's decent, isn't it? But he ain't Saka. Like, is what it is. I'm guessing, man. Who you got between Bayern and City? Ooh, over a 2-legged tie, I think Bayern Munich would have it. But because I just feel in Europe, Pep Guardiola and Man City, it just seems like they're their worst enemies. You know what? Did they not go out to Lyon recently? Definitely when they lost to Spurs. I think Pep and them over 2 legs, they've not done what they've needed to do from a footballing point of view. And I think for Pep, he's overcomplicated things in Europe. Now, will he learn his lesson? Who knows? Bro, Messi's decent, but he ain't quite Bukayo Saka. I don't know, man. I don't know. Messi's all right. Like, he's all right. I see him doing his thing in Barcelona and that. You know, I'm not being funny, but Saka don't need Iniesta and Xavi. I'm guessing, man. You know the thing already. You know, he did teach him, man. I heard Messi's got Saka posters in his wall. Eric Dyer does, you know, every time he plays Spurs, Eric Dyer sings his praises as well. I think, yeah, man. I don't want Saka to ever leave. With Martinelli, I've accepted that you're going to play for Real Madrid, Barca one day. I know Saka, especially if we keep messing around and he keeps developing, we're going to have a decision to make. But I want Saka to stay for life, man. Trust me, let's not get ahead of ourselves, boss. You know, I ain't seen Felix be as clutch as Saka. You know what I love about Arsenal fans? We're shameless, you know. You see how you're all joining me to be absolutely shameless with that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, people. I absolutely love it, man. Big up everyone. Please make sure you're all hitting the like button, man. What are you saying? Chelsea, Liverpool in the quarters, just like the late 2000s. Ooh. Who knows? Between the two, you know, you never know, man. You know, Klopp seems to, you know, be scared of his team's ability to qualify for this Champions League next time round. He said top 4 is the more or less the aim, and it will be difficult. What have you said? Football ideas. One Chelsea player you would sign from Chelsea. Reece James. Kepa, I'm guessing. I'd say Reece James. I like Mason Mount. I say Reece James, Mason Mount. I'll take Havertz, Hakim Ziyech. I wouldn't mind them at all. I wouldn't mind Chilwell. He can be back up to Tierney. We could do a lot worse. Kolasinac is that. I mean, Kovacic, I'd love to play you with Partey. Even a Jorginho ahead of Xhaka. So there's quite a few players still. I wouldn't mind Tammy Abraham for the squad as well still. Can't even cap. We're about to begin the second half, people. Werner is about to kick off. Once again, it's 1-0 in this clash. You know, Chelsea 1, Atletico Madrid 0, 2-0 Chelsea on aggregate, people. Half the team, yeah. Do you know, there's a couple guys I think are rubby. You know, I'd take Zuma. I wouldn't mind Rudiger. You know, there's more players than not, to be fair with you. There's probably only a handful of players, like the obvious ones. I ain't trying to take Kepa. Big up yourself as well, man. How can I forget? Hey, forgive me for forgetting Kante. I like Werner, but nah, man, I ain't trying to take Werner. We got enough of them inconsistent, unconfident man at this team. I'm not really on it. 45 minutes and 35 seconds into the game, people. Aspilicueta, who should have had a penalty given against him, has found the young Reece James. Reece James, good tackle from João Felix. And that's what I mean, you know. João Felix, if he went and done this attacking thing all the time at another team, would he necessarily know, yo, I got to track back? Seems one of the only Atletico Madrid players that is on this thing. Very hot and cold. Chelsea in possession on this left-hand side. Alonso given Ziyech a lot to work with, but Alonso and Ziyech have kept it alive, and it's here with Havertz. Havertz turns on it. Good play from Havertz, to be fair. He did very well, and he gets it back to his teammate. Kovacic in possession. Do you know what it is with me? Yeah, if the players I would take the most out of Chelsea is probably Kante for what he's on, and Kovacic and Reece James, because we need a right back. He could do that. Bro, Kovacic, but I love midfielders that are press resistant. I know he loves to take bare touches, but he's just my sort of midfielder. Like I like what Kovacic is on. Jorginho to a degree, but you see with Jorginho, I feel with them sort of man, you've got to tailor the team to them a bit much, because Jorginho is not the best defensively. I think Kovacic is better than him. I think he's calm. It looks like Zuma's a bit frustrated and he left something on Luis Suarez, people. Didn't look intentional, just cleaned him out. Big up yourself. What have you said, T? Deluded, keep up the good work, bro. I have one question. Iniesta or Modric? Bro, you're trying to... come on, man. You can't ask me them questions there. That's difficult, man. Both. Modric is elite, man. And obviously, Modric was short, so obviously, I got my allegiances. I'd say Iniesta still. I'd say Iniesta just because Iniesta, I like him a tiny bit more than Modric. Chelsea are struggling to play out from the back here. And as you've seen this, they've lost possession. Saying that, Hakim Ziyech has made it look wavy. And he's actually played a lovely pass. Werner, can you get a shot away? You have to do a solo thing. Done well. I think he should have done a lot better. I think Oblak has made it look better than it is. Again, another suspect save from him. Igor is in the building. He's saying Atletico will win. I am calling it now. Everybody quote him to that. Fortune favors the brave. To be fair, Kante's accolades are amazing, but for me, it's not about what he's won. He's actually a good footballer. Mustafi, not rubbing you out, D, but Mustafi's won World Cup. Would you know that? Looking at the sample pool based on the Premier League centre halves, poor corner from Chelsea, and Atletico Madrid will deal with it. João Felix will pursue Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta will get it back to his goalie and Mendy, and probably Azpilicueta will get it back here. Nope. Apologies. Mendy has found Kante. Kante's done well in possession. Curse of the commentator strikes again, because just as I said that, the man are losing the ball. Ak has said start, bench, drop, Foden, Mount, Maddison. Oof. Difficult one. What? No Grealish, no. Start Foden. And then after that, it gets gazy, because I'd say bench Mount. Maddison's my sort of guy, and Maddison would be the one on the bench, but I think Mount is underrated. So I'd say Mount bench and drop Maddison. But I think for me, it's a bench both for them sort of thing, man. What have you said, my dude? Who would you buy from the Leicester squad? Take a chance on Ndidi. Fofana's a bad boy. Maddison goes without saying. Wouldn't mind Vardy until he wants to call it a day. Them sort of players there. I like Kelechi and Nacho. Not really feeling that buying it one. But yeah, man. Probably them. Azpilicueta and Reece James are on different wavelengths. And I can't lie, it's been a sluggish start to the second half for Chelsea. 49 minutes and 40 seconds into this. Grealish, a bad boy. Modric and Iniesta is different, innit? But I'm probably going with Iniesta, just Iniesta, that close control. Not saying Modric's game ain't that, but it is what it is. Atletico have played a bit better so far in the second half, but I say that, I'm probably selling them a bit short. You still ain't had a strike at goal. Again, I have not seen Mendy have to tip something over the bar or whatever. Pereira as well. Do you know what it is? It's difficult on the spot. I should have just looked at the squad. I wouldn't mind Pereira, but if I was given significant funds, the players I would actively try to sign from Leicester, I'm saying Fofana. Ooh, cute little nutmeg from Havertz, and he's been cleaned out by Saul. But I'm saying from Leicester, personally, I'm saying Fofana. I wouldn't mind seeing you, but I'm saying Fofana, Maddison. Take a chance on Ndidi. If I tell him, hey, Telemans, I'd say them. Like if I really had to go for them, how can I forget him, man? They always change. 1 minute it's Fofana, then it's Saliba, then it's Fofana, then it's Saliba. Shout out to Mickey Antonio for declaring for Jamaica. Him for JA. Him, Bobby Reed, best forward and attacking players in the Premier League. Like Wes Morgan, one of the best centre halves, if not the best centre half in the Premier League. Led Leicester to the league title. So I'm here for that, people. Big up Antonio. Hopefully the couple of the other man then will get involved in that sort of thing. 41 minutes and 12 seconds in though. Atletico have again halted a move. And it's just a bit lackluster. Trust me. Big up M. Kovacic, Havertz. Werner, apologies. Kovacic has lost possession, people. Kante forward, finds Hakim Ziyech. Ziyech back to Reece James. And it'll just be a moment. Oh, Chelsea are playing good football, man. Saying that, Ziyech, wow. I don't know what kind of hefty touch that was, but it's gone out of play. And it looks like Moussa Dembele will be entering the fray for Atletico. Newly signed guy from Lyon. One has to wonder, again, whenever these players sign for Atletico, I have to wonder, do you know what you're getting yourself into? Havertz is trying to break for Chelsea, and it's 4-on-4. 4-on-5 now. Good ball into the box. Hakim Ziyech evades one slide tackle, shoots, could have probably played someone in, and it cannons off an Atletico man. Rudiger strikes, and better effort, but it probably looked better than it was from that camera angle, man. I hope so. It's a difficult one, and I think that question there is a very difficult one for a lot of people like myself, whether you're, of British African or British Caribbean heritage. It's almost like you're torn between both. You're not quite English, your heritage is JA and that, but you're not quite there. I'm sure we've all been called English boy and all them thing there when you're out there. It's a difficult one. There's not this alternative universe, that you could be in. So, and admittedly, as I've got a bit old, well, my family's always clued me up, but as I've got older as myself, if you was to ask me about, I'd say up until about 15, I would have played for England, and then I'd started to change a bit more. But if I was a footballer now at 25 years of age, just on how I feel as a person, I'd probably go against sporting honours or the potential of winning sporting things to play for not just Jamaica, but Barbados, which people forget I have heritage of, because I just feel more aligned to it. It just feels, obviously, what I'm referring to. Not that football's politics, but it is what it is. Bro, madman, don't forget Bailey as well. You got Bailey. Come on, man. Ravel Morrison behind that crazy thing, man. It's elite. 53 minutes and 54 seconds, people. It is still 1-0 to Chelsea, 2-0 on aggregate. Again, both teams doing really nothing of note. Alonso wins a throw-in for Chelsea. Make sure you're hitting that like button, people. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. We're at 166 likes. Let's keep moving. The goal is 200. We're not quite there yet, people. Moderators, get on the case, man. You're letting people get off too easily. 54 minutes and 22 seconds into this clash, people. It is still Chelsea 1, Atletico Madrid 0. Chelsea breaking down this left-hand side, and it was resulted in a Chelsea corner. But again, Jimenez has been one of the only players I don't feel you could ask anything more from. He's just been quietly doing his job, really and truly. People, I'm about to drop the watch-along link for the Arsenal game. Please make sure you hit the like button, people. That one there. Take that one in. Big up yourself, Beanie. Love to see you there. I might suspend you for that. Good thing you're not Jamaican, because you're going against simple logic there, really. It would be decent. I do think Ndidi's a bit more suspect than people giving credit for, but he's defo done a mazza. Man said if he was Jamaican, he'd pick England. So what? We're not good enough to play for the country of heritage. It's hardly like Nigeria going to win a World Cup, mate. Come on. Being a bit biased here. Tell you what, fella. Why don't you let the Jamaicans cover that one? Moving on. Hakim Ziyech in possession, people. 55 minutes and 53 seconds. Aspilicueta. Chelsea have had effort to do, man. Like, Aspilicueta probably thought it could be a long day at the office against Carrasco. Hakim Ziyech on the edge of Chelsea's area. First big save I've seen All Black had to make. That looked like it was going in. That looked like it was going to be a fantastic goal, and my scoreline would have been correct. So good pass from Reece James. Turn out your feet, fashion the shot. Good save from All Black. First big save he's really had to make. First thing he's not looked suspect over. Would I take Ward-Prowse? Yeah. I don't think apart from the penalties, I mean, the set pieces, I don't think he does anything spectacular, but I think he's a consistent guy. It's all bants, Ak, man. It's all bants. We'll talk about that tomorrow, my dude. Or in fact, we spoke about it earlier. My thoughts on the game, though, go out and check the preview. Timestamps there and all, but I would say just go out there and do your effing job. You know, you're winning 3-1 over those two legs against Benfica and the first leg against Olympiacos so far. I heard you learnt the mistakes from Olympiacos the previous year. Play like it. You've got one more opportunity to play like it. In an ideal world, the game is shut. I want us to play like some. We could take off some players. Anyways, people, Chelsea down this left-hand side. Hakim Ziyech keeps it alive. And him and Alonso are just, good little tricks now. Like Chelsea are taking a mick now. A couple players are bringing out the skillers. Hakim Ziyech finds Kante, does what it says on the tin sort of guy. We ain't winning no CONCACAF, man. But man can try. No disrespect to anyone that watches WWE, but I'm 25 years of age, man. I can't be watching man in baby oil throwing each other about. This is just a Mazzolini. But anyways, fair play if that's what you're on. Chelsea in possession, though, people. 57 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. I can't lie. Anytime you're seeing Luis Suarez today, he's on the floor, he's complaining. You know, this isn't quite the Suarez performance, throwback Suarez performance I thought we'd see. But it is what it is. I guess so. The next step for Chelsea is scoring goals on a more clinical basis, but they're scoring a whole heap of goals. And, you know, considering he's been there for 2 seconds, he's doing all right. It's getting a bit meaty. Good tackle from Koke, but a meaty one there on Kovacic. Fucking hell, ref. Ziyech has got a foul for that. Out of all the classes I've just seen in this game, you're giving man a foul for that. This ref's bugging. Bro, just to listen, just to see us there, just to be there would be amazing, man. You know what? I was a couple years old in 98. I can't tell you man was watching 98. I'd love to see it, man. I'll be more gassed to watch Jamaica just play a game of football and go out in the group stages than I will for England get into the final. Really and truly. Luis Suarez has come off, people. I'm sure Liverpool fans were hoping he did a madness. If you're a Liverpool, Arsenal and Spurs fan, you know, Suarez let the man them down. Torreira's not been in a position to do such. Like Spurs, you know, Trippier was Spursy and he made a mistake that led to Chelsea's goal. So we all tried to unite forces. None of it banged, people. You know, it's still Chelsea 1, Atletico Madrid 0. We're touching the half-hour point, people. 59 minutes on the clock. It's just, I don't know what WWE is doing now, man. Like I said, I'm not trying to watch Pete grown men in baby oil. Like, throw each other about and ruffle and tumble with each other. Suspect, man. If that's what you're on, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, man. And don't forget they're juicing as well. Havertz has taken a hefty tackle, people. You know, Jimenez is chasing his touch. And like you do when you chase your touch, you make mistakes. Saying that, though, he did actually win the ball. I don't think it deserves a yellow card. This ref's been dead, man. You know, Suarez sitting on the bench there at Stamford Bridge doesn't look happy. He's throwing off everything, throwing off the socks and the rest of it. Weird socks there. He's got them cutting it. Kante's found Havertz. If Havertz can pick out a pass, which he can with Alonso, that should be 2-0. Havertz, you know, again, the criticism I'd say of Chelsea, nobody's on a scumbag thing. No one's just trying to score a tap in. Like, Giroud could have had a hat trick. Like, that's a good ball from Alonso. Nobody's gambling, man. Cameron has said, true say I'm Scottish. I've been waiting a long time for them, man, to go into the major finals. And that's it. You know, it doesn't matter if you're Irish, African, Caribbean, you know, British, Asian, you know, just damn right, you know, if you know, just damn right if you've got multiple nations within you. It's a difficult decision. You look at someone like Yunus Musa, lived in England, born in America, Ghanaian heritage. I think he's also lived in Italy as well. It's a difficult decision. Jamal Musiala, up until 11 years of age, while of English heritage, for a large part, Germany's all he known. It's a very difficult decision. You look at someone like Zaha, he's played for Ivory Coast. Good ball in from Atletico Madrid, and it's just cut out. Probably the best chance for them. You look at someone like Zaha, who's played for England and obviously Ivory Coast. I'm a bit, you know, Zaha's my guy, but let's be real, you know, Zaha He's only playing for Ivory Coast because the England thing and the United stuff, it didn't really quite hit the heights. In the same way, as much as I'm happy Antonio signed for us, you know, he's not picking Jamaica because he wants to pick for Jamaica. Man wants to play for England. It's not banging, so he's there, isn't it? It is what it is. It's 2v2 for Chelsea here. Werner, I don't know what Werner's on there. That was dead. Past the ball. That was all dead. That was all dead. Werner's got to be doing a lot better there. And I think that's damn right selfishness. Werner, who's played all right today, is 2v2. Havertz has made the run. Get your head up. He has had no intention of trying to find his man. And if you're going to shoot, at least work the keeper. That was tired. The skills were tired. Everything was tired. You know, I do think Werner will start scoring goals, but he's just giving me vibes of, you know, them strikers that are just not going to turn it around. Like the working hard thing and that is good, but you got to do a little more, man. Big up Musa, man. You know, America's got a very good team building up now, you know. You know, you got Reina, Musa, all of these sort of guys. You know, you could even get Balogun if he proves these levels. And you look at America, there's a couple ballers now that are just making their way as teenagers over to Europe. You know, you got a couple in Portugal. You've got Josh Sargent at Bremen. You got, you know, you American man know more than me, innit? See, them sort of things there, Canadian, German. Again, it's a difficult decision. I don't think you can really answer it, really. What I will say, especially for Black British young players, I do think it's easier playing for alternative nations, personally. Like, I do think Yunus Musa, when he does come to England and play in the Premier League one day, he's going to have an easier life. Look at Iwobi. If Iwobi played for England, you know, I'm not saying Iwobi doesn't need to improve, but do you know how much of that big move from Everton to Arsenal, from Arsenal to Everton, sorry, would be made of? You know, instead he's living a calm life. You know, he's not in the papers. It is what it is. 63 minutes and 15 seconds in, though, people. And Chelsea, a couple of bookie moments from them. Rudiger's had to dig them out of it. Love my guy. I try to think, man. Man said put in the L in Luis Suarez. What did you say, my guy? If you were Arsenal owner, who are your top 5 players you want to buy? Aowa. Is there? You've put me on the spot, man. I'd say Aowa first, Kareem Adeyemi second. I would like to. I'd say them two first, man. You put me on the spot still. Them two first. Pardon me. Try to be, man. I don't know. I don't know everybody, but I try to keep myself in the loop still. Rudiger's. I don't know why Marcus Alonso has tried to outstrength Rudiger. Done well though. I don't know how players continued there. I thought that was a good contest between both men. You know, shout out to Llorente because I thought he couldn't get away with that, but he showed good persistence there. I'd rather Werner still, but maybe that's the bit of bias, really. You know, he ain't done what Bamford's done. I don't really rate either, really. Like Werner works hard and that he puts a shift in, but it's the mentality. Like he don't look like he believes in himself more time. He looks like it means too much to him that he ain't scored where it should. But as a footballer, if you're on a barren run and you're not prolific, you can't think. You just have to take games as it comes. The more you think about that goal, the less you're gonna get it. Atletico Madrid have been toothless and they haven't been helped out by the ref there, yet they still have possession on this right-hand side. There's a man down for Chelsea and Atletico Madrid are frustrated. The ref has stopped play. It looks like a head injury, I assume, for Zuma. Koke's vexed about it. And I think I thought that was at their discretion. I did think when it happened, they didn't want to go, they didn't stop it. Chelsea didn't stop it. What happened here? Zuma and Dembele both go for the ball, and it looks like Zuma's just crashed into the head of Dembele. You know, but in today's day and age, you want to make sure there's nothing serious in that, man. Well, am I being interviewed, my bro? Now I'm playing. Players that we can sell on for resale value primarily. Vivek, wrestling is a skill, but not that wrestling you see, like I said, the grown man baby oil flexing up 6-packs and jumping on top of each other. That's not wrestling. You know, wrestling is a skill, but not that thing. In fact, they're entertaining, and them being entertainers in itself is a skill, but that's not the skill of wrestling. The actual wrestling is quite boring. What they're doing, again, American fans, I don't know if you actually did it, but you know the actual sort of wrestling where, again, you're grabbing up each other, but there's more sort of a tactical thing. Adama Traore is a WWE player. He's a WWE fighter, man. Come on. You can't take a footballer seriously. And let the only ones I take seriously, if you're a pretty boy like Ronaldo and you're on scoring goals, but you want to look pretty, fair play. But you can't take a footballer seriously who's, rather than fix up your end product, you're there saying, let me put baby on my biceps because it makes me harder to grab. And then what makes it worse, you're not even getting past man half the time because you're chasing your first touch or you're falling on the floor. Ask Rob Holding. Dead, man. Dead. Not in particular, no. Like, obviously, I would love Arsenal Football Club to be winning every game, but all that matters is development. I don't mind the under-23 struggling because, in theory, as long as other players are getting opportunities, which I'm seeing as a result of people going out on loan, I'm not really much for winning. It's all fun and games, dominating things at youth level. It does create a good mentality, but I wouldn't say results are pointless because it is concerning, but results aren't everything for me at that level. Bro, half the time he's chasing his first, bro. Adama Traore is dead, man. I'm sorry, but I had to shut up about it last season because he was playing well. But when I'm hearing man want to sign him for 70 million and that, bro, he's dead. He's dead. And he's one of those footballers. I see why you're not playing for Barcelona. Just like Delafeo, you're good players, but end product is dead. There's better guys like that in the Prem. No one, what the Adama hype is dead now. Man was saying City buying him, Liverpool buying him. Nobody's screaming Adama Traore. He's got the muscles, he's got the extensions, bro. He's got everything but being a good footballer. He's doing better than man, don't get twisted, but he's limited, man. If I had him in my team, I'm doing up the fullback thing. And I swear that's where his best form really came. He's playing right back for Wolves. I could be wrong and I could be capping. Saying that, though, getting back to this game, 68 minutes and 5 seconds into it, Kante has cleared. Chelsea in the second half have sometimes been unable to get out, but once again, Atletico ain't got the quality. Now, you could call him a footballer. He's playing Premier League and that, but come on, man. Come on, man. Man can't tell me you rate Adama Traore, man. Come on, let's be real. Nobody rates Adama Traore. Again, he's going to make man look stupid one day, but let's be serious. Kieran Trippier, I'm sure he would have loved to have had an exciting return to English grounds. He has been subbed in place of Thomas Lemar. 68 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. It's still 1-0 to Chelsea, 2-0 on aggregate. Boy, it just looks like he's been on the wing, man. It's like he's been just riding Feltham and Aylesbury and just landed after 5 years. He's dead. Like, come on, man. That's why I don't rate them footballers there. I don't rate footballers who just rely on their physical attributes, man. That's why I rate, like, Haaland's an extreme example, but that's why I rate Haaland, because obviously he could just be a donkey. He could just say, he doesn't have to have a brain. He's got the physical attributes. He gallops, he scores goals, but Haaland has a brain. There's calculated runs. He gets involved. Like, I like smart footballers. I like footballers who obviously have standout assets, but anytime you're relying on one thing to dig you out of trouble, there's gonna be times you ain't. If I'm a guy that's a winger and I'm not really good in tight spaces, I'm just a pace merchant, I'm on this quick thing where there's space, I'm not gonna look good in that one game where it's not gonna happen. Where if I know how to play tight spaces, but I've got that pace in my arsenal, you see where he can go. How many shots have Atletico had? God, like Simeone, what's going on? Oh, good move, just stopped by Chelsea and a poor touch. Hey, don't disrespect Obafemi Martins. He's serious. He's got the culture. I don't know what load he was doing. Triangle foot, and it results in a dead move once again from Atletico Madrid. Big up yourself, Mohammed. I haven't seen Finland before. Shout out to you lot. It looks like Thiago Silva's coaching his players. He's got his hands on his knees. He looks like he's living every part of this game with his players. That's what you like to see. I respect that. Zuma to Kante. Kante's found Jorginho. He does see the difference with Jorginho. 2 touches. I mean, Kovacic, 2 touches. 1 to take you forward, 1 to release the ball. My team, certain man need 10 touches to do that. Look at Kovacic again. Look at it. I'm gassing it a bit. He just about got that pass there, but agendas have to run. And it's here with Atletico Madrid again. Thomas Lemar almost slips, but he's in possession. Found João Felix. Atletico, well, there's no Atletico just playing at one pace, like they look like a team that's going to score, and they're so lucky there. They got away with murder there, and they've just been able to outplay them. And here it is, back with Chelsea. In fact, back to Atletico, to be fair with you. It's a scrappy game lacking quality from Atletico's side. Thomas Lemar in possession. Can he make a difference? Twisting and turning. Fine Savic. I wouldn't say he's overrated, but 2-0 in the Bayern Munich game, courtesy of my guy C. I don't know who scored or what's happened, but it's 2-0 there. Atletico are getting a bit sour now, and you can see it with Koke. Koke's left one on Kovacic. As you can see, once again, 2-0 in the Bayern game. Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was watching that Mbappe in the under-19s Euros. I knew he'd be a good player. Hardly saw that. I remember Haaland in the under-20 World Cup. Knew he was a good player. Couldn't see that. It's very difficult to see if man are going to be world-class, or me in general. Yeah, everybody can see a Messi and that when, you know, God says you're going to be a legend in this football team. But who knows, man. Kante's won the ball high up the field for Chelsea. You know, Kante's end product let him down. And again, that's what's going on. Choupo-Moting apparently made it 2-0. I wish I had an agent like him. He's living an absolute movie. How are you going from Stoke to PSG and Bayern Munich and all of these sort of things? Living an absolute movie, man. The right agent can make things happen for you. Kante's found Reece James in this game, though. 72 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock, people. Kurt Zuma in possession. Finds the experience Aspilicueta. Oh, wavy pass from Reece James there. And Havertz has made it look even wavier by keeping it outside the foot from Havertz. Ziyech. Oh, I see what Ziyech tried, but it was dead. And now my skybox wants to go on standby. No, you bloody don't. We've got things to do, mate. 73 minutes and 5 seconds. Nah, allow that. Martins is one for the culture, but let's not bring up the Birmingham one. What's going on here? Man said bum. Nah, you're moving way too horny on this live stream, you know, bro. I think you're on the wrong website, brother. I think you need to change the YouTube to Red Boy because you're moving a bit mad. Very laughable, man. Bro, it looks like they might win the league. This is terrible football, man. La Liga teams must be on something else. Havertz has played it to Werner. To be fair, Werner can't work with a pass like that, and Atletico will deal with it. It's been a scrappy game, but we knew this was hardly going to be an exciting game like that. It is what it is in that regards, people. We're just getting through it. You lot are making this way more entertaining than it actually is. Thomas Tuchel just looks like he wants to just done off this game and focus on the weekend. I don't know what that was from Aspilicueta, but that chest worked, I guess. And Ziyech just found Reece James, played it behind Reece James, but he managed to swap it around, man. If you know, you know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong with Donny, man. Like, what did you get out of typing that? Like, come on, man. Use the internet for some proper shit. It is what it is, though, man. 74 minutes and 30 seconds on this clock, people. And Chelsea are just, you can tell Chelsea are just playing the game for the sake of it now. They're just not even managing the game, just playing the game until the 90th minute. And Reece James just fancies himself, dribbling, goes past everyone. Referee, that is a foul. How's that advantage to Chelsea? And that's where Hakim Ziyech is showing inexperience. You know, you should have got your foul there. That eats up the game. I don't know how an advantage was played, but fair play. Chelsea look like they're making a sub, and it looks like Pulisic will be coming on. Will that be for Havertz or will that be for Werner? Who knows? I'd say Werner, but I think it'll be Havertz. Kante in possession, people. Had a very good game, in my opinion, Kante has. Bro, if they're gonna win the league, based on what I've seen, the league's in a mess. Kovacic is an absolute baller. Bro, to be fair with you, being a Real Madrid reject isn't a problem, really. You know, I don't mind it if it comes in the form of Odegaard on loan. At the time, we was excited about Ceballos. Barcelona, Alexis couldn't get in there. Ozil could, you know, when it was looking gazy, I don't mind that, really. You know, there's no shame in not breaking through at Real Madrid and them thing there. Absolute baller, though. So I don't really know the relevance of that. Atletico finally make Mendy make a save. You know, it didn't look like João Felix was going for goal, but he did, and Mendy saved it. It's still in possession with Llorente. Llorente keeps going, bro. He met Rudiger, and he knew Rudiger was just gonna deal with him. You know, there was no way he was getting past Rudiger. Absolutely finessed him. I don't know if I saw right there, but it looked like Rudiger and Llorente had a bit of coming together there. Frustration from both teams. Yeah, it wasn't a shot from João Felix. He's putting the ball into the box, and yeah, Bit crazy. Bro, they made him look elite in this. Don't jinx things. So it's not Werner or Havertz, people. It's Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech, the goal scorer, will leave the field for Pulisic. Pulisic, for me, didn't take his chances when he got his start against Leeds. If he scores today, he might do a madness. I'll watch it if it's on, but I'm not going to sit here, Vivek, and say I'm an NBA fan like that. I support Chicago Bulls, if anything, but I'll watch it, but I'm not following it week in, week out. And based on my schedule, I can't lie. I know a lot of you are from America and all other time zones. I can't stay up and watch NBA and all them thing there, man. It'll be bare reruns. I'm not one of them sort of guys. I can stay up and work, but I can't stay up and watch sports to stupid o'clock, which would be the case in our time. Killing me. Atletico Madrid in possession. João Felix turns Reece James there. Flicks it again. No one's on it with João Felix, though, because, again, it's dead. Because he's breaking. No one's there. It goes backwards. Let's keep going. We're so close to 200. We're flirting with it. What are we on now? 187, people. Keep that one going, man. Come on. We're so close, but so far. Bro, that was the first thing I saw Mendy do. I ain't seen Mendy do nothing else. Ball in behind for Dembele. Dembele, you got to dive, man. You got to read that. Zuma's just outstrengthed him. You got to dive there, man. Just go down. And I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why the camera's panned on João Felix, but it is. You're just going to show me the match again? And we finally get to see the match again. Chelsea have been kind of sloppy playing out from the back in the second half, but they haven't had to do anything. And, bro, how's the ref not giving a foul on Werner? Absolutely being pulled down. Werner's let down Chelsea's attack. And again, Kante's there to the rescue. It's here with Reece James. Doesn't pull it in. Finds N'Golo Kante. Terrible from Kante. You know, Kante's not there for his passing, and he's shown why. Final third, he's let it down. João Felix looked taken out there, but now Atletico can break. Can you at least get a goal? At least put some respect on yourself. At least give Thomas Tuchel something to brief his team on that for some improvement. You know, at least if you mash up the clean sheet, it's not a perfect performance, but it's not looking like you can do that. Koke in possession, not done anything really, Koke. A lot of the time I feel Koke flatters to deceive. But here we are with João Felix, people. Terrible from Felix. He loses it, but it's still alive here. Thomas Lemar. 1-0, people. 1-0. Chelsea 1, Atletico Madrid 0. Lakers. Again, I don't pre the Lakers, but it just seems like everybody supports the Lakers. Is it like Barcelona in 2011? Everyone just says they support them. Look, another Lakers one. I don't know what's going on there. I wish I had a clue who that Don was, but I'm going with you, my guy. You know, if you said he killed the Bulls, then if he's still there, Jerry, you're out. I don't know any of that crap. Is Jimmy Butler still there? Like, bro, I'm tired. When it comes to NBA, I'm tired, man. Absolutely tired. But Joe is shit. That's why he went a whole calendar year without scoring. Streets remember them man there for the wrong reasons. Thomas Lemar with a free kick. Is it a decent ball in? It is, and it's kept alive by Atletico, but you've got to win the first and seconds. Here again with Thomas Lemar. Finds Saul. Saul finds Carrera. Carrera finds João Felix. Felix has a shot off target. It is a corner though. Oh, I don't even know. Is he still even playing ball? If he's still kicking ball, throwing ball better yet? Suns. I can't lie. I've never heard the name Suns. Can someone verify Suns is a real team? Or is Prince pulling my leg? I've heard of Miami Heat and that. I ain't heard of Suns. Sounds a bit beaky, but what's the other one? That's where there's Knicks and them things there. I've probably watched NFL more recently. I watched the Super Bowl, man, said playoffs. Now you can see football is my number one love. So yeah, all right, cool. It's a legit team. All right, yeah, so man say Phoenix Suns then. Man are just saying Suns, bro. Sounding bugged. Sounding mad bugged. Sounding crazy bugged. Another corner for Atletico Madrid, though. Thomas Lemar has another chance. 10 minutes and 45 seconds into the game, people. Of course, João Felix would be more productive at a more attacking team. Controversy here. It's been a red card. Savic has been given a red card. I don't know what happened there, but the ref seems to have done that, people. I think he's done something. Shout out to Roman Abramovich, man. The away for direct debit has cleared. Oh, he must have done a madness. You know, Rudiger's acting like he got shot. You support the Knicks. I might pick it now. You can't switch, man. It's a Bulls thing. Can't lie, I don't know who the Bulls have, who the ref is, what's going on in the season. If we're not winning, if the Bulls aren't winning anything, people, let me know so I can just scream somebody has to leave, and let me know the manager so I can scream he needs to leave, people. Bro, I thought you was tricking, man, bro. I thought you was tricking, man. I had to verify that one there, man. You can't be using nicknames and that for me. I don't know all of that. Red card for that. Boy, it's going bad to worse for Simeone, boy. Look, he looks stressed. He don't even look stressed. He looks like, when everything's just gone wrong. And they're trying to scare Rudiger. You can't scare Rudiger. You can't scare Rudiger. What are you going to do? Hamaso's trying to scare Rudiger. You ain't on this. Hey, I want Atletico to win, but that one there's a Wakanda thing. I'm siding with Rudiger there, Rudiger knows the thing. You can't scare him. You think he's scared of you? Like he didn't mash up your Don Luis Suarez in the last game. Good dark arts. Dark arts from Zuma. Absolutely bought that. Look, very smart from Zuma, That's what you gotta do. And it still doesn't have it. You've been sent off and you're still hyping, Atletico on some sore losers thing. It's just like Sevilla. They're on some sore losers thing against Haaland, bro. The man's been sent off and you're still walking, bro. What's wrong with you? Where's the honor for the fans? Where's the honor for your football club, bro? This speaks. How you lose says more about you than when you win. And you're absolutely, I don't know nothing about Atletico, but you're moving like as a disgrace, Savage. I remember you at your time at Man City. You was shit. Like, I don't even want Chelsea to win, but I don't like sore losers. You're moving like a dud. You're moving like you're the strongest man in the world. If Rudiger's in your face, you're not on it. Just like them other players, man. Stop the coward thing. 83 minutes and 10 seconds left, people. That's probably the most exciting thing that's happened in the second half. There's been a red card. Savic has done that to Rudiger. Rudiger's made sure it's happened. In the midst of all of that, Timo Werner has been substituted for Callum Hudson-Odoi. I don't even like Chelsea, but now I want them to win. Now I want them to score. Not win, of course. I just want them to score because Atletico, I don't really like that. Saying that, Callum Hudson-Odoi, meaty. Should have scored. Meaty. Callum, you could have added insult to injury. More importantly than that, I could have been bang on with my prediction. Thomas Lemar evading tackles, does quite well there. Finds Hermoso, who I felt was having one of the better games for Atletico until he thought he was a bad boy. Pussy old man. Anyways, carrying on. Pants, bro. Imagine leaving England, developing, and then becoming a dud. Proper dark arts, man. Bro, I don't even know any of the players to have a favorite player, man. R.I.P. Kobe. I was one of them youths screaming the Kobe thing, but someone asks me, I'm just gonna say them easy answers like LeBron. Who's the youth with the cane rolls? The meme done, man. Leonard, them man there. I swear there's Damon Green or something like that. See, man, know the basketball things. No, Damon Green. Who else? Yeah, man. What's his name? Tony Parker. I swear he was there about years ago. 84 minutes and 43 seconds. What's the other youth, man? What's the mad tool guy, the Chinese guy? What's the mad tool one? And he's a madness. What's his name? I know you don't know his name, man. Oh, Damon Green. I swear it's that. Yeah. Well, Damon Green, Draymond Green. Well, I'm talking about Harden. That's the funny guy as well. Steph Curry, obviously. Drake spits about him and that. Hey, look at Thiago Silva, people. He's on his management thing. He's been up on his feet more than Tuchel, really. And I don't know what brands he's got on, but they look like a drippers, man. Oh, Rudiger's not a waste, man. I hope you know that. He's not soft. He's not soft. If you look at his upbringing, he's not soft. That is nothing compared to what he's had to go through. Hudson-Odoi finds Havertz. Havertz finds Pulisic, Meaty. Kante, Kante's been in the wars today. Kante finds Reece James. Reece James delivery doesn't come of anything. 85 minutes and 45 seconds, people. Chelsea 1, Atletico 0, 2-0 Chelsea on aggregate. Well, man said Parker's a coach. My man. Yeah, big up Yao Ming. See, I know the thing, man. Taking a long walk, he's sour. He's acting like the referee's going to change his decision. You're out, bro. Like, you got sent off. Calm it down. All about mentality, man. All Black to take it, people. It looks like they're at that stage now, Atletico, where it's just long balls galore. Pause. Header from Zuma. You know, how much is Jimenez going to pull him? Considering my man's on a yellow, you know, you can get booked for that sort of stuff. Callum Hudson-Odoi in possession. Looked like he kept the ball in. Does keep the ball in. Rudiger to Zuma. Espilicueta finds Reece James. Reece James finds Havertz. Good game from Havertz today. Havertz can drive at his man. Where's the movement? Pulisic loses his footing and he kind of inadvertently does not help Havertz. And that was probably the wrong ball to Reece James, but Reece James has done well to keep it in. Finds Kante, who's also had a good game. Espilicueta, who's also had a decent game. First bad touch I've seen from Kovacic, and he's lost it and he's giving it back to Atletico. Not that they can do anything in possession. 3 more likes, people, and we're at 200. Let's get the goal. There's 3 minutes left. Shaked himself. Still unbeaten. Hermoso, ball over the top. Myth. Reece James wins it in the air. Kante, once again, is there. Havertz. Havertz has been really good, man. Pulling off onto this right-hand side and just done very good. Pulisic. Meaty, losing the ball. What are you doing? You're being too... Pulisic is being very selfish, you know. I hate seeing footballers like that. You're trying too hard to impress. You know, Pulisic, you're getting hotted up in the podcast, man. I ain't forgetting that. Pulisic's trying too hard. I actually haven't written the note of Havertz. Great game for me. Second half, right-hand side. Liam has said, what's with the 4 dislikes, man? 2 of them are probably some other YouTubers who don't like me. 2 of them are probably trolls' girlfriends, you know, or trolls' boyfriends, really, because the girlie, you know, I had the thing set, man. You know how the pretty guy is, you know, pretty football knowledge on 100. You know, I'd hate me too if my girl watched me. So it is what it is. That's probably them, man. But the good thing is there's probably like 200 likes. So we're winning the battle, people. 88 minutes and 35 seconds on this clock, though. Once again, Chelsea 1, Atletico Madrid 0, 2-0 Chelsea on aggregate. Atletico look tired, defeated, and it looks like both teams really, it sounds stupid, but just playing until the 90th minute. Like, it's a bit of a madness. Target got reached. Like River Wild is saying, it's probably one of them ones there. Savage, you know, them man are on me still. Probably right. Very disappointing, man. I thought we was gonna see some scumbaggery from Sevilla, from Atletico and Simeone's men. Ball into the box there, and it's all going wrong, man. Dembele's completely miskicked that. Not that the angles were favorable, and it's gone out. You know, it's not been Atletico Madrid's day, and you lot have been crap over the 2 legs. You ain't done nothing. Did look like Alonso was pulling back Llorente, but neither enough to be a pen. Big up Thiago Silva. Elite ments from Thiago, though, man. I like seeing stuff like that. Got nothing to do with the game. Still supporting, still passion, energy, all those sort of things there. Reece James goes inside and gets past his man. Can he pick out a pass? Finds Pulisic. Dead pass to Pulisic, really. Inadvertently, it's fallen to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi's played it to Alonso. Alonso balling. Inadvertently, Jimenez slipped, but it turned out to be a good block, and Atletico would deal with it. Carrera sent someone shot, and he's played it back to Chelsea. Again, that's been Atletico's story, you know, 1 positive, 10 bad things. Bro, Chelsea's record is elite. It's elite. I'm keen to see what happens next season or whatever, because all teams go. Arsenal went through something like this where when you're new, teams are figuring you out. You know, Sheffield last season, you get found out. At Liverpool this season, you get found out. I'm not saying Chelsea are going to be found out while I'm wishing bad mind on them. It's just people start clocking the tactics. So we'll have to see, man. Jade, I don't blame you, man. I'm saying blue is the color, football is the game. Do you know the worst thing about that? Yeah, why I hate you, the fact that you said that. I used to work in Chelsea Superstore, so I used to hear that consistently for hours. You know, even the effing Chelsea 2012, I might say World Cup 2012 Champions League. There was a point I went to sleep and all I could see was that, because I used to work in the store and just hear it day in day. Working in a football club's mega store, I don't advise it. You know, get your money how you can, people. But it was driving me bonkers. Not to mention it's boring as hell when a match day ain't on. Anyways, less of all of that. We're into added on time. There's 5 minutes of added on time. We're into 1 minute and 15 seconds of those. Pulisic. I can't lie. What go on for Pulisic? Seriously, what go on for Pulisic? Like, the end product is too dead. You're trying too hard. People, it's getting to a point. People think I got agenda. Like, come on, man. I'm here for it. No clue, man. We're gonna have to check Google. Very poor. You know, Pulisic has been very, like Clement, I agree. He's been too selfish, trying too much, man. Will do, my guy, and it probably did, and I appreciate that. Big save from Mendy in these closing stages to deny Atletico Madrid a goal. You know, João Felix, one of the only guys on stuff, does everything right, really and truly. Just probably not enough quality. He's had I won't say good game, but he stood up to be counted of sorts. He hasn't had a bad game. I've seen you stand out. You ain't hidden, you know. Hasn't happened at all. We've got a super chat here. I appreciate that. What you said, my dude? People deluded. Shout out you, bro. Been here since. Sorry, my guy. Corner just came in and Chelsea have dealt with it. Apologies. Let's go again. People deluded. Shout out you, bro. Been here since 300 subs and I support Liverpool. Your voice is mad satisfying and you talk a lot of sense. You know, obviously I can't read. Love for the super chat. I can't read out a certain part of that. You know the thing set in the day and age of the social media and that. I don't want to be done out here, but I appreciate that, my dude. I appreciate the fact that you've been on this journey with me. I appreciate the fact that you're here today and you're a Liverpool fan and you ain't got nothing to do with my channel or even today, but you're a fan of the content. So I appreciate that. Late sub by Chelsea. Emerson gets couple minutes. Chilwell gets couple minutes. 2 minutes of this added time to play, people. 3 minutes into the added on 5. Chelsea 1, Atletico 0, 2-0 Chelsea on aggregate. Thomas Lamar will take the throw in. In fact, Hermoso will say, let me do it. He's going for the long one. He's going for the jugular. Throws it long. Can't be off from a throw, but the throw has to go past the first man. Callum Hudson-Odoi miskicks it, but he set a counter-attack up for Chelsea. 3v1. They have to score. Pulisic has to pick out a pass. Finds Emerson. Emerson strikes. 2-0. Chelsea, you know, he's been on the pitch for 30 seconds. And when everything goes right, everything goes right. You can see Jorginho, Mount, Thiago celebrating. I don't even support Chelsea, but I'm happy for that goal just because Atletico were talking nonsense. I'm even more happy for the sake of I got the score prediction spot on. I said 2-0 Chelsea. I know the thing. Super sub. That has to be his first touch. Finally, Pulisic stops being selfish. And that's actually the second counter-attack of the game, people. Second sort of identical goal. Second, you know what? The 2 goals were versus the run of play. You know, very good goal. Fantastic goal. Terrible from Chelsea, from an Atletico point of view, you know. Fantastic. Man are saying Pulisic out. Jade, why are you saying Pulisic out? I'm keen to hear from a Chelsea fan. He's just looking dead. What have you said? No more part of the bus teams left. Champions League will now be entertaining. Who knows, man? Should have gone for the volley. Bro, Chelsea deserved that. The Atletico are terrible, man. You don't look like the Atletico that was playing Real Madrid in the Champions League final and that. Well, were they playing in the final? Definitely the semis or whatever. I don't think they bucked each other in the final. I think I'm talking nonsense on that one. But Chelsea 3-0 on aggregate. Chelsea 2, Atletico 0. We're into the 5th minute of added on time. That should be it, really and truly. And it is it. Chelsea 2. They've won the 2 legs. Over the 2 legs, they've won this tie 3-0. Light work for Thomas Tuchel. Collected a clean sheet, scored mad goals, managed out the game well. They've done their job, people. For Atletico, you've been poor, really. You know, as much as I can praise Chelsea's game plan and all those things, you've been crap over these 2 legs. You know, Giroud scored a goal in the first leg. They didn't even need him today, you know. I think Pulisic is just trying too hard, man. I would have thought for Pulisic, he would have been the guy that would have benefited the most from Thomas Tuchel. Obviously, you know, he's fair enough. You're American, he's German, but he kind of knows you from previous clubs. He knows what you're on. You know, he knows what you can do. I thought he would have been hitting the heights, but it isn't banging. But it don't matter where he's played. He scored. It looks wavy, and Chelsea are into the next round, people. And it looks like Dembele has tried to shake the hand of Thomas Tuchel. He's absolutely been blanked because he wants to celebrate with his teammates, people. And I like his players. I like that from Thomas Tuchel, man. Look at him going all around with his Chelsea guys. They're all smiling. You know, it's a difficult job keeping a happy team. You know what? No Jorginho, no Thiago Silva, no thingy, Mason Mount, no Tammy Abraham. None of them are about. Look at Trippier breading. Trippier's breading Tuchel. He's breading Reece James. Stop breading people that are, one, going to take your football place for England, and two, you lost, man. Stop breading. You're breading. Why are you breading? Why are you breading them? I can't lie. I don't want to sound like I'm one of them old school man, but it's very frustrating to see the friendly thing when man have lost. Like, do you really care? Rudiger's absolutely rattling people. You know, fair play, Chelsea. Chelsea did what they needed to do, people. They did what they needed to do. You know, Thomas Tuchel is a good coach. Right now, it is the new manager. I think it's a mixture of things. It's Thomas Tuchel being a good manager. I think it's innovation and everything being new. I don't mind hugs and, I don't know for the kisses thing, but I don't mind it. But it's like, I'm looking at Atletico players. You man have just been crap over bare leg, over, 180 minutes plus of football. You're out of the Champions League. You know, you drew yourself out. You've had to travel to England to play. You know, man are watching this. Your family's watching this on TV. Man are professional footballers. You don't want to lose. Don't give a good message when you're there going, oh my God. It's looking dead, man. But who cares, man? And there will be hurdles there will be twists and turns for Chelsea and bumps along the way. It's not going to be like that. There will be a time Tuchel has to be, he's met with resilience. But so far, so good. It's another clean sheet, another convincing performance over 180 minutes. It is what it is from a Chelsea perspective, man. It is what it is. And like I said, people, it's Arsenal tomorrow. It's Arsenal tomorrow. I hope you're all there. Check out the pinned message. Well, I meant to check out the pinned message. At the end of this live stream, you'll actually see it take you to that. So please hit the like button and reminders and all of those sort of things on that one day, even if you're not going to be here. If you're too lazy for that, I'm going to drop a couple links in the stream. Here you go. That's one. I think that's the Arsenal versus Olympiacos watch-along. And just before that, if you're about in the AM, which I know some of you are, you get a next one here, people, if it will allow me to. There you go. Let's get that one there. Big up the Twitch gang, as I've already said. So, yeah, people, check them out, set the reminders and the rest of it. Forget what's happened between Chelsea and Atletico. I'd just like to say thank you for tuning in to the guy, Prince. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I've seen fans, none of us really have had anything to do with this game, but I've seen Chelsea fans, Liverpool fan, Arsenal fan, fans of all different clubs. You're all from different nations and whatnot. I appreciate all of you lot, man, and hope to see you all tomorrow, man. Is what it is. 1-1, I don't know if it will be a comfortable and relaxing stream for me or you guys, but what I promise is that I'll be here tomorrow. So love for that, people. Please make sure you hit the like button. It's been an enjoyable one with you lot. You lot have made time fly, but all good things come to an end. I'm going to keep it moving. It's time to have a shower. It's time to get something to eat. Chelsea 2, Atletico Madrid 0. Chelsea win this 3-0 on aggregate. And yeah, man, it is what it is. For now, I'm out though, man. People, big up yourselves, man. Big up yourselves. Hope you're all doing well and safe. And yeah, stay healthy. Hope I see you all tomorrow. I'm out though.